All right, welcome to BSL, everybody. I'm Rapid with Nyokin again. Essential workers of the Starcraft world. That was so funny. We're back to finish out the round of 24 of Season 9 BSL. And I like to think that we've saved the best for last. I was going to sleep last night. And I don't know. I was like looking at my phone. I thought like my phone hadn't changed from daylight savings time. I was like, wait a second. No, it was just a very long broadcast. Man, some of those games were so good. There was like the Mad versus Cryox series. It was super good. Every game watching DeWalt play was like pretty impressive. And tonight we've got a bunch of really cool storied players. Starting off with Group E. I'm gonna sing the alphabet song in my head. With the former BSL champion True Touch playing. We've also got Gosu Dark, who you were reminding me almost beat True Touch 3 seasons ago.
Yeah, I remember that game because it was so close. He just had like zealots like on the brink of getting him. I'm like, get him, Gosu Dark, but unable to do it. But now he's back. If he makes it past SPX and True Touch makes it past Favorite, we could potentially see a rematch of that. And it is best of one. And Gosu Dark has special builds. So all he needs is one win.
Some special tactics for sure. And Favorite, he made it finals of Gosu League, so he definitely deserves to be here. Semifinals, or the champion of Gosu League, Denzi, is playing in the next group. And we've got SPX, the Russian who survived the Russian group of death by not being in it.
Yeah, and SPX for me, when Corrupted Cup came, I was saying how much SPX had improved. So I think there's a really good chance for him to get out second or first even, because he's that good.
Ooh.
I could see, you could make a case for all of them making it out. But of course, True Touch, a huge favorite. And I was looking at his profile earlier. He has like a 78% win rate versus Protoss. So I guess the best chance to actually knock out True Touch is if SPX makes it past Gosu Dark.
Yeah, this is really interesting to me because for SPX, I never know how well he's playing because I don't get to see him or play him, obviously. So for Favorite, I think he's a little bit of the underdog, which is somewhat ironic because his name is Favorite. For True Touch, I think he is the true favorite here. And I think everybody would predict that True Touch makes it out of this group. Probably first, maybe second, if FPX can upset thing. And Gosu Dark is for sure the chaos introduced into our system. I don't know what to expect from that guy. He got close before to beating True Touch, but that was 3 seasons ago. So anything could happen. And then after this, of course, we've got Group F to finish off the round of 24. And then the group draw, which I believe will be happening tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So then we will seed in the 4 players that qualified from last season, which are Boneth, TT1, Dandy, and Gornich. So that'll be really good. Yeah, Gornich was on fire last season. I forgot about that. So that'll be really exciting to watch. So it's going to be an exciting day of games. I hope you guys are ready for it. Big thanks to everybody who also has been watching the previous 2 days. We are speeding through the round of 24, so it's a lot of StarCraft in a very short period of time. If you missed the games, they're all uploaded to YouTube after the broadcast, so maybe you can catch some of the best ones there. But stay tuned because the best is yet to come. So let's see, what is the first match that we have in the round of, or in the Group E?
True Touch versus Favorite.
That's right. I saw that only moments ago. Thankfully, my lack of a short-term memory is not a debilitating quality when it comes to StarCraft. Well, mostly. So what's really exciting about watching True Touch play is that you always learn something new. You think you understand how the matchup's played, and he brings it back a little bit different. Favorite, though, I was watching the Gosu League finals that he played, and I thought he was... I don't know about overperforming, but certainly doing very, very well. So it's not like you could totally count him out just yet. He has 2100 MMR, which is still very good, maybe better than Twitch chat, but it's on the cusp. Whereas True Touch, I mean, the reason he's only 2533 is because the numbers break after that point. It just won't let him go any higher. He's so good.
Yeah, I don't know if I think the guys in the chat are a bit higher than 2133, at least based on Artos' chat.
Bonnet's in chat, and he's like 2552.
So he's pretty high up there. But Favorite's got his workout cut out for him because 2500 versus 2100, we're in different completely different leagues there.
That's
But
right.
he did make it Ghost League finals, and Ghost League is very good. A lot of strong players come from there, so we'll have to see how he can actually match up versus literally the king of BSL. Even though he lost last season, he's won so many BSLs.
That's true. And he did get to the quarterfinals. I think he actually lost 3-1 to Bonnet last season, but it was a really, really close series. So it's going to be exciting to watch. Our first match is on match point, which is maybe a little bit backwards, but it's a best of one. So technically still correct. Thanks to Bonnet for allowing us to see that the key points of match point, the match points or points of the match as they were, are it's a 2-player map, mineral only, second expansion. Main base is easily accessible by drops and strategically important high ground near the mineral only. Wow, I'm so happy I know that now. Also, we've cast this every day this week, so that is it for the information that we have to give you. So let's just get into the game. It's game number 1, match 1, a best of 1 to find out which player will advance on to the winner's match of Group E. All right, here we go in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. Match point in the red, playing Protoss, its favorite.
And in the top right, we've got the blue Zerg, the king of BSL. It is True Touch. Yeah, so I'm actually kind of sad that there's no other Zerg in this group, because the last time we saw True Touch versus a Zerg, do you remember?
Yeah, it was Gornich.
Was it Gornich?
Yeah, it was semifinals.
Okay, maybe not the last time, but there was a specific match I remember versus Mr. Jaeyoon with the Sunken Rush.
Oh my
killing
God.
the larva.
Oh my God, you're right.
That was actually incredible. So I'm a bit sad that we don't have a ZVZ with True Touch just yet, but if he makes it through this group, there are tons of Zergs that I'm sure he'll have the opportunity to face.
I'm trying to remember where that was. I think it was group stage. No, this is last season. It was a round of 8. Bonnet played True Touch. So
must have been a couple seasons ago.
Yeah, might have been a while ago. But that I still remember that, because how often do you see Sunken Rushes? You know, just not that often. So it's really exciting to see True Touch back here. And favorite, like we said, is in the red down there. And I don't know what to expect from him in this matchup, because yesterday and just in watching some of the games, you play differently versus a player who you think you have less of a chance of beating. So vice versa, maybe you play more safely as the player who, in theory, should have an advantage. Now let's see how long we can block the hatchery here.
He's done a good job so far. There's even 2 drones here.
There's 2 drones and he still hasn't lost health. That's pretty impressive.
Now behind this, favorite sent out the fast scout. It is a 2-player map, so he can go for 12 Nexus if he wants. That's exactly what he's going to go for. So this is a great opener for him. Now, because True Touch, is next level, he probably knows that favorite. Okay, I thought he may go 3 hatch for 4 pool. But he does just go for the standard pool follow-up.
Yeah.
Drone's already hitting to bottom right. Now this is most likely just a scout, because he still doesn't know exactly what Protoss is doing. There could have been proxy gates, I guess, down here. Now he's going to turn around. But unlike yesterday when we had DeWalt opened with something I don't really expect to see from him often, which is the gate expand. I don't know what to expect from favorite. There's the gateway follow-up, so he should be teching pretty hard, also getting his forge up. So he's going to have a really good streamlined build. Of course, True Touch does too, but the Sarah's going to be out much faster than usual.
Let's see what the information looks like for True Touch, because obviously he has to wait for the Overlord to get there or the drone, and he actually did build a hatchery in the bottom right-hand corner. I definitely thought that was for scouting too, but no, it's a hatchery. So I mean, obviously that is pretty fast. It's not before pool, but it's I would say maybe a little early. I'm not sure exactly on the timing when that went down. Did you catch that?
Yeah, it's a pretty standard timing. We got around the 2:30 gas, I think. So everything looks pretty normal for True Touch. This is definitely going to be lair follow-up unless he gets speed. Nope, there is lair
Immediately.
And back in favorites main, despite seeing no lings for a long time, he still built a cannon just in case to be safe. Cybernetics is about to start pretty soon. I'm waiting for it. There it goes. And we are just going to have to wait and see what True Touch wants to go for after this layer. We saw mutas yesterday from Babo. We saw mutas even from Eon Zerg. So it looks like more and more Zergs are opening, at least with the initial 5 mutas. But True Touch I saw was in the chat and saw Dragon use that build. So if Favorite tries to use that build, I think True Touch will be ready for it.
I mean, it's definitely not, I guess you would say, standard. The conventional wisdom is Corsairs are pretty good. But you're right, it is coming a little bit more commonly. I'm used to seeing the mutas a little bit later on as a tech switch to snipe High Templar, but I guess if you could make it work early, then, good luck. Here comes the probe coming in again. Let's see how far he is going to get into the base. And the answer is...
He's going to get in.
Of course, all the way in. I definitely thought there was more than just the 2-lings, but he got a little... I don't know if we can call that greedy, but I mean, what is the key information that Favorite's looking for here?
He just wants to see, is it Spire? Is it Hydrogen? Was it canceled lair? If it was canceled lair, he needs to start spamming.
Yeah, he's in trouble.
Yeah, so he does confirm that it is a standard build. His Stargate is basically done. Citadel came up really fast also. So this is going to be most likely fast DT follow-up. Could be something else, but everything looks like fast DT follow-up. +1 weapon for airs coming in. I expect to see +1 ground coming in pretty soon. And True Touch, he's just powering for now. He's got 5 drones coming out.
Yeah, he's going to have more drones than the Protoss has probes, which is not something you see every day.
Yep, a 4th hatch coming down. 5th hatch going to be coming down pretty soon. We may see True Touch go up to 6th hatch. We saw Zeke pull out the 7 hatch, which I talked about a long time ago in BSLs. How many hatches can these Zergs get away with?
A long time ago, as in like 2 days ago?
No, like 5 seasons ago. I asked the question, how many can they get away with?
Well, they're always finding new wacky hijinks, ways to get even more. Let's see if he can take out these zealots. I mean, if this were Bonnet, like he would end the fight with more zealots than he started with. But as is, good control there by True Touch to eliminate them and make his natural expansion a little safer. Now he's sending more Zerglings out, but he misses the scouting probe coming, or the Corsair coming back in. So that's going to see everything, although it shouldn't be too surprising. Actually, the Scourge are going to pop out right now, but they're popping out in the natural. So let's see if he can snipe this. He's got a great angle, but the Scourge are flying away. No! Come back! It's so funny. Oh, but he's bringing the Scourge up from the third. Oh, he's going to hit it right on schedule. True Touch. He's so good. He doesn't have the mutas already in production, but if he wants to, now's a good time.
Yeah, and this is going to be trouble for Favorite because True Touch is one of the players that, as soon as he starts killing Sayers, will just go into muta place. So, oh no, he gets a connection there, doesn't actually kill it. But Favorite's got to be careful to not underbuild Sayers. But True Touch knows that. So now he may just go straight into Hydras. That's exactly what we see. We do see 6 hatches. We do see Evolution Chamber coming up. So he's going to go into the 6 hatch Hydra play, at least for now. He's only got 32 drones, despite having so many in the early game. He seems to have cut off at this certain number. He's still got a lot, but not as many as Zeke. Remember, Zeke had like 47 or something.
Oh my God, yeah, you're right. No, Zeke's back. Let's just put it that way. I can't wait to watch more of his games. We've only seen him play 2 games, so I want more because he was killing it. So I want to see what the play is here for True Touch, because I don't think he's. I mean, obviously he's going for a big Hydra play, but it might actually turn into a lurker drop. It's speed that's on the way. Okay. It was a little bit blurred on my screen. I was like, wait a second, is that drop? It's like, no. Okay. So just setting up for, I think, what's pretty standard 5 hatch.
Yeah, it's 6 hatch for Zerg.
Oh, is it? Where did he build the 6th?
He's got 3 at bottom middle.
Oh, he does. Okay, he built it down there. I'm used to them in the. Okay, yeah.
Tons of hatches down there. We've got 5 gate for Favorite. Probably gonna put down a couple more pretty soon. Again, just like we saw Dragon go for, he's got 2nd Forge already coming in. Protosses are really favoring those heavy upgrades very quickly. Really prioritizing armor quite a lot. There we go, a big drone cycle for True Touch. So he is going to have quite a few more. He's at 48 now.
God, that's like almost too many.
And we saw Zeke produce off of 7 hatches. So I expect to see the mineral only go up pretty soon for True Touch pretty soon. But Favorite's going to start building up a pretty strong army. I already see Templars out. He's going to be banking up those storms. Just need about like 2 or 3 more gates, and then he can move out and really put on some pressure.
Here come the Corsairs. They're heading down to the bottom right, and let's see how many Overlords they can get, because there's only 2 Hydras. He's actually going to get in here and kill a lot of Overlords. This is... Wait, it's still not supply blocking True Touch. He lost 5 Overlords, and it's just barely supply blocked. So tons of Overlord kills, and he only lost like 1 Corsair?
Yeah, I don't even know if he lost any Corsairs. He
there
does
it
lose
is.
1 now. There's the 7th hatch for True Touch, but that was great for Favorite. And now he does have his 7 or 8 gates up, so he's going to be able to pump out a bunch of Zealots pretty soon. He's got armor already almost halfway done. He's going to start +2 pretty soon. Also, his armor is a little behind the +1 weapon of True Touch, but I don't think that's going to be a big issue since it's going to kick in pretty quickly afterwards. Lurker upgrade coming in for True Touch, so we'll have to wait and see what he wants to do with this. Is he going to attack with it, or is he going to go to a defensive posture, try and split match point for a while?
Yeah. This is kind of an interesting way to play, because I think essentially True Touch is just saying, look, come at me, bro, because he's building so many drones. He's got 4 base already on the way before 10 minutes. He is really powering ahead, and sure, he lost a few Overlords there, but he's just taking such a macro focus to this game. He's not trying to get in there with anything crazy, bust the natural, deny the third. No, he just powered up on his own side, and now we've got a 50 drone Zerg with a ton of Hydras, more Overlords rallying in, and this is a lot to deal with. And Storm just finished, right? Yeah. So he has Storm. He's halfway done with Khydarian Amulet. How many Storms do we have, though? It's like, I think I saw 4 High Templar up there in the front.
4 High Templar, they almost all have 150 energy, so there's about 8 Storms. Now, we don't really have that many Zealots. If we think back to what DeWalt did yesterday, so many Zealots. Actually, so many Zealots. Favorites decided that that's not the style he wants to go for. He's going for a more Dragoon-based army with a few later Zealots. I think he's actually going to move up here, just try and take high ground and try and take his 3rd base. He dealt a lot of damage with the Sayers that he knows True Touch is going to be on the back foot for a while. But here comes True Touch actually trying to attack. I don't know about this.
Yeah, that is high ground, and definitely... Oh, it's probably a huge cloud of Scourge with him. I didn't see those in production, but that's going to really make these Corsairs think twice. Hopefully protect the Overlords and keep these DTs from getting out, getting around, and doing anything crazy. More hatcheries on the way. So we're up to, what is that, 6, 7, 8 hatches now?
8 hatches, and we do have Hive for True Touch, so he's powering extremely hard too. Mineral Only is going to go down for Favorite in a second. I do think that he's just going to play more passive here. It doesn't really look like he has any intention to attack just yet. Also don't see an Observer out anywhere. He does have +2 armor already started, so he's doing a really good job with his upgrades. I don't see +2 weapon for the Zerg, but actually he's going to be down to the armor upgrade from Favorite in the next couple minutes.
Yeah, and obviously that's not the timing you want to do anything on. Oh, he turns around. Oh my God, how dumb are Scourge? He had it. Oh, and now he's not going to get anything. Storms the Scourge because he's just got so many. Takes out 3 or 4 of them, damages the rest, and so that's going to keep the Corsairs a little bit safer. But we've got a huge switch. Lurkers on the way. 2-1, about to finish for True Touch. Or no, it's 1-1. Because he got range upgrade earlier.
1-1 for True Touch. 2-1 is actually about to kick in for Favorite, but attacking up into Lurkers, not going to be the most ideal move. I would really like to see him just take a 4th base or start going into some drops like Bonnet likes to do. There we go. 4th base is actually going to go up for Favorite. So Favorite is playing this very passively, but if he can keep his Sayers alive, this really does look like split map. So if he's going to split, we need some more Sayers to actually prevent drops at the bottom. Then he has so many banked up storms, he can actually just storm forever, it seems like. He has so many templates. He's only used 2 storms, maybe?
2 storms, and he really hasn't gotten much done with them. I feel like the Protoss players I'm scared of right now are the ones that have like 10 High Templar, a tasteless style. So do we still only have 4? I think I saw a couple more being rallied in. But this is still a very scary Protoss army. He's going to be very well upgraded, but we're already on Hive. We're getting additional armor upgrades, so that's +2 armor on the way, and Adrenal Glands is almost done. There it is, finishing up.
Yeah, but I think this is really good from Favorite. He has 5 High Templars, even though he doesn't have 10. They all have like triple storm available, so it's 10 to 15 storms that he could potentially get off. Very easy to control 4 or 5 as opposed to 10. I love his upgrades. He's at 2-2 already. He does need to start +3 pretty soon. Sure, Zerg has crazy upgrades at high, but Favorite's got a really good army. I also like how he's mixing in more stairs to prevent drop. Now he has found bottom middle, and he should go down here and kill us. Maybe just even send 1 DT, but looks like 1 DT will get shut down. But now
he's sending his whole army, and that's triggering True Touch to make a huge counterattack. But actually, he's cutting off the Zealots who definitely don't want to run straight in there. He's kind of
lurkers get caught.
Ooh, that's not great. That's like 3 free lurkers right off the bat, and now that means that
there's no lurkers on the high ground there. He can easily bust this.
I thought we were gonna have like a little bit of a base trade, but instead he's actually making his way up the high ground here because there's no lurkers to stop him. He's got storms behind to try to stop the rest of these hydras from running in, but actually a few of those High Templar are getting pushed off. He's trying to fight on 2 fronts, and look at all the storm. Oh my god, he's killing up all the hydras here. They're going down, but can he survive the reinforcements from the right-hand side? More and more storms. There's at least 1 lurker left alive. Okay, that one dies. The Zerglings are getting stormed everywhere. The Zealots are dead. He's still trying to storm all of these cracklings running in. The Archon dealing a ton of damage. Favorite's still storming everything, but the Filer tech is finally out, and that might just allow True Touch to hold this position.
Yeah, Favorite had really good fight there. He had so many Zealots, so many guns able to fend or at least deal a bit of damage to True Touch, but he didn't reinforce, and that was the key thing, was no reinforcements. Meanwhile, True Touch was consistently reinforcing. Favorite still has a 15 supply lead, but you definitely are not feeling comfortable with that with all those crazy Zerg upgrades coming in anytime soon. +2 is about to kick in for Zerg across the board. Meanwhile, +3 is only halfway done for Protoss. +3 armor hasn't started yet. We don't have shields yet either. I don't know how many stairs we have now. I can't find
Looks
them.
like just 2.
Yeah, this is
3.
He's got to be very careful because drops are now coming in.
Yeah.
And Matchpoint has such a huge main. And now with True Touch having bottom already taken, he can just drop in there easily. He can also Nidus units to that location and drop over and over and over and over.
Oh my god, yeah, I hadn't thought about that. Very well defended. He's got lots of lurkers there. What else do we have coming through? Plague just finished, or just finishing, and a ton of cracklings in production along with drop. That only spells one thing for me, and you can actually see Favorite recognizing that, and he's got units positioned to defend in his main. So, finally getting back out on the map. We've remacroed both players at around 171.80. So let's see what the next move is. I think obviously Matchpoint maintaining control of the middle is super, super important. And right now, Favorite has that, but he hasn't been able to take any additional ground with it. Here actually goes True Touch running in. He's going to burrow all those lurkers right up front. How many storms has he been able to regenerate in that time? It looks like enough to push the lurkers back and take them out. And Favorite's taking some really good fights.
Yeah, he does have really good fights, but the problem is Zerglings are so strong. I don't know if he can actually bust up here. Dragoons are, only landing 50% of the shots, but it looks like Favorite might actually push through. There was no lurkers. They all died. But Lings are so strong. Perfect storm.
Beautiful storms. Storms on the morphing lurkers on the right-hand side. They're not that in time. He's going to storm the eggs. It's not going to stop the lurkers from morphing, but he needs more than just these lurkers. The cracklings are so good against just Dragoons. So pulling back here, it's just going to hurt. He's going to lose a lot of Dragoons. He's going to lose a lot of High Templar. Does have a nice storm behind. He actually storms his own Archon. And in the end, actually, True Touch wipes everything out.
Yeah, he wipes it out. He got rid of all the storms, then killed all the Templars and killed all the Archons. There's no Archons in that fight, so the Lings just reign supreme. And now we see that Favorite's down supply. He's down a base.
He's down 1 gas, or like maybe 1 or 2 gases, which is not going to help him make a ton of High Templar. Certainly not going to higher tech like Reavers or what was I thinking of? Well, not Carriers or Arbiters, so mostly just Reavers. No like Red Archons or anything crazy like that. I don't know. It seems like he's just like stuck in this Gateway Man mode, and I think True Touch is just, I don't know, waxing on, waxing off everything he needs to.
Now this is the point in the game where it's going to start getting really crazy for the Protoss. They're down a base. Nothing has gone right for them. Every attack has been thwarted very easily. And I see, there we go, a drop going to bottom middle. Yeah. There's only 3 stairs. There's no way that this gets stopped. He's going to skirt around the bottom.
He's gonna what around the bottom?
And now, look at Favorite's army. It's all the way at the top, completely out of position. And this is where all the tech is.
And he's fighting for like a base he wants to take, but it's gonna take so long. Oh no. Protosses dying to cracklings dropped in their main. Tell me more. What a horrific sight. Cursed images.
Actually, this got cleaned up faster than I thought. Did anything important actually go down? I guess the support fade went
Let's
down.
not get ahead of ourselves here. There's still single-digit numbers of cracklings alive. He's actually not using all of them.
Oh,
they just kill buildings so fast. It's actually unreal.
And Favorite taking so long to actually move his units to the top. True Touch is already back on the high ground. He may sandwich this army. No, holy moly!
Okay, never mind. Did you know cannons don't require supply, Nyoken? Who made that rule?
Oh my, that is so many cannons. And those 7 wings, by the way, actually are going to kill everything at bottom left.
Look at the High Templar are supposed to be morphing into an Archon, but they're stuck, running around in circles. It's like a nice glitch. Okay, so he should have an Archon to try to help kill all those things. Instead, he has nothing. So that sucks, but let's see. Oh, nice plague on the entire army out on the map. Favorite, oh, this is disgusting. He even plagued the observers, so they're visible.
Yeah, what makes it even more disgusting is that there's no shield upgrades. So these plagues are decimating more than half the HP, or more than half the overall health of the units. And now he's going to be fighting with +0 versus 3/3 Ling Lurker.
Oof. Well, this is maybe not going to go so well. I mean, Zealots are still good, but Plague Zealots, I mean, I guess you kind of want to get rid of them because they're worse than a rebuilt Zealot. But as far as money goes, Favorite still has a pretty decent bank, even in spite of building about 100 cannons this game. But, I mean, look, he's just going to get redropped in his main eventually because his army is just never there to defend.
And True Touch is setting up like he wants to just bust his inner only. A huge drone transferred to bottom middle. I see something at bottom middle. Storm drop. That's great.
Oh, damn. Oh,
that actually did a lot.
Fancy. Okay.
But what the funniest part is, watch these drones come down. He just instantly resaturates it.
It's like he preempted. Is this like, I don't know, Sixth Sense? Is it, oh, he's going to scourge the shuttle. Nice. Yeah, it's just instantly resaturated. Wow.
Sick. Now True Touch takes top middle.
What a god.
6 base versus 4 base. Protoss is about to basically be on 1 base because main and Nat are mined out. 3rd base is going to be close to mined out.
Oh, he's going to doom drop the main again. Here we go.
He's actually lucky that there's no Dark Swarm being used by True Touch, so this drop can actually get cleaned up. If there's 1 Defiler here, there's nothing that can stop it.
Does he have any? Man, I saw that 1 Dark Swarm and then no more Defilers. I don't know if this is handicapped, but here we go. Even though there's a bunch of cannons here, look, you can't stop it. It's coming. There's that 6 Overlords dropping into the main. They're only dying once they've finished unloading their payload. These cannons evaporate. They sublimate. And they are out of there. It's just disgusting.
And Favorite's out in the center of the map, so he's not able to defend. He's actually going to clean up the platform, but he needs to do something about the drop or kill a base, and he's not doing either of them.
Yeah, losing his main and unable. Well, I mean, he's able to hold the upper bases, but look at that stream of blue across. Rivers of Zerg headed up to the upper left-hand corner, and at the very least, Favorite True Touch controls like over half of the map. He's just making so much money. Storm's on some of these drops coming back into the main, but just can't stop it.
It's just endless drops to the main. The Nidus, you can just ferry in units over and over and over. There's no observer here, so now these lurkers, they actually can't be stopped. Meanwhile, Favorite is going to try and deny top middle, which is a good move, but he needs to actually take that.
Oh, you can't see the plague on the red units, but it's there, I promise. Just so disgusting. This army just half as good as it was before.
Dark Swarm is another plague on half the units. Ling's coming into the back. There's just so much True Touch. They're so heavily upgraded. The upgrades for Favorite are also pretty good, but he can't reinforce because of the drops in his main.
Oh, well, that is...
He's down 40 supply. This is most likely if he's losing his entire army.
Yeah, that's just about it. If I saw correctly, he was building a... Was he building a hatchery in his main? I don't know. He was about to. There's a drone there looking for something. Either way, that's going to do it. GG. Favorite taps out, and True Touch advances on to the winner's match in Group E.
Yeah, and that looked really good from True Touch. He kept up the macro. Favorite was only up like 20 supply ever the entire game. But actually, Favorite was doing really good. He was really hitting his upgrades. He had so much Storm. I thought he was going to bust the platform a couple times when there were no lurkers.
Remember that? That's right, because he killed the lurkers like randomly in the middle. And then I was like, wait a second, he has nothing to hold that. But then he kind of got sandwiched there.
Yeah, but he just wasn't able to reinforce, and True Touch just consistently just kept sending, and True Touch just run him over. So True Touch going to move on. I think we all expected that, and that True Touch looked really dominant.
Yeah, he looked really good. I think the way that game started was sort of a testament to him kind of flexing a little bit, saying, look, if you're not going to come trying to kill me, I'm just going to have, what do you have, like 9 hatcheries there for a while? It's like, I don't know, it was a lot. Tons and tons of drones. He was like 50 at 8 minutes or something. I don't know. Very, very strong opener for True Touch, and he just kind of rolled on through. So that means that True Touch advances on to the winner's match. We'll be seeing a little bit more Favorite later on, and that means that we are heading to our second match of Group E, the round of 24, Season 9, featuring Gosu Dark and SPX. That's right. So we've got the lone Russian Terran survivor coming in versus Gosu Dark. And, Gosu Dark's no joke. He's made it very, very far. Almost took out True Touch previously, but he's got to get a little further to look for that revenge. And standing in his way is SPX, who actually, I kind of forgot that he made quarterfinals in Season 7, because he's super solid round of 16 player, but has never been able to really make it past that, except for that one quarterfinal trip.
Yeah, but top 8 is still really good. And I'm looking at the profile statistics. It's a really surprising versus Protoss win rate for SPX. I don't know what I was expecting, but not an 80% win rate. And actually a surprising versus Terran statistic for Gosu Dark. I would expect it to be a little higher because he has so many all-ins. When I play him on ladder, I'm like, okay, what is this? Is this DT? Is it Reaver? The last time I played him, Gladiator looked like DT. Next thing I know, there was 4-gate speed zealot in my base.
Well, I mean, anytime you see like a South American player, you expect them to have a lot of versus Terran experience because of Dandy and Terror down there, but apparently not. And so this might be a little bit of a mismatch. I'm not sure what to expect as far as builds are concerned, so there's only one way to find out, and that is to get into game number 2 on match point between SPX and Gosu Dark to find out who is going to advance on to face off against True Touch, which is the reward at the end of this tunnel. So let's get into it. Game number 2. All right, here we are in the bottom left-hand corner of match point in the blue. From Peru, it's Gosu Dark.
In the top right, we've got the red Terran representing Russia. It is SPX. It's a match point versus somebody like Gosu Dark's super dangerous. You know SPX is going to be scouting his main, and I would like to see Gosu Dark actually just go 12 Nexus here, because SPX has to scout for all these potential proxies, and Gosu Dark has the image of being aggro, and by the time he scouts the 12 Nexus, he may have already decided on a build that doesn't necessarily counter it, whether he skipped a Marine or something like that. So I would really like 12 Nexus from Gosu Dark. We'll have to wait and see what he wants to go for.
I'm waiting for it. I mean, I totally agree. I think especially the weapon that an all-in player has is twofold. It's both the ability to all-in you, but then also because you know what they're expecting, you can just go 12 Nexus exactly like you were saying. So let's see what it's going to be.
Look at that. Look how fast the scout is. This is what you have to do versus Gosu Dark, because he just has that image. He's scouting to make sure there's no proxy behind the mineral only. He may even scout bottom right completely, but he's actually is going to pull back. And I'm checking to see if he's going to actually scout his main also, but it is mandatory to scout this fast versus someone like Gosu Dark.
Well, like you said, the main is just so big.
He is scouting the main. Look at this.
Yeah, I love it. This is what happens when you you develop this kind of reputation. He actually didn't go all the way. Okay, yeah, he's going back and checking all the way up to the top because you know all those times that players. We said it yesterday. The well, I guess it was technically in 8 racks, but the 6 racks that we saw on day 1, where you almost scout it, but you just don't move quite far enough. It's heartbreaking. So he did scout his entire main, and only now is he venturing out to go find out what is happening on the other side of the map. And it's not a 12 Nexus, it's just a pretty normal opener.
It's just standard opener. We still don't see a Zealot from Ghost of Dark. He is skipping it this time. He is just going to go into standard Goon. He's not going to put on any ridiculous pressure with 1, 2, 3 Zealots. SPX is going to come in here and see nothing abnormal. I don't see a probe out on the map either, so there's no hidden tech anywhere. If I was SPX though, and there was no probe scout, I'd be kind of worried because you would expect Protoss to at least scout by now. It's so late into the game. The only thing that Protoss would ever be doing where they're not scouting is they want to just go for the fast Nexus. But when it's Ghost of Dark, he all-ins so often that you're just so worried that that's not what he's actually going for.
Yeah, and I'm still actually not sure what he was going for. He's always been pretty well known for DT play. Obviously, if you're going to be going for that, you have to sell it somehow. But he does have Dragoon range on the way. It's not like it's a fake +1 air weapons or something like we've seen earlier. So, yeah, I don't know. It looks perfectly standard, which is not standard for Ghost of Dark. And on the other side, you can see SPX is still maybe a little bit hesitant to go for anything like a fast expo. Just going for, I guess, factory expand?
He's going to be going factory expand with 3 Marines. That's going to allow him to push back the Dragoon, especially now that it's going to be coming up a ramp. Look at SPX scouting top left for hidden tech, nothing there. Dragoon's going to come up here. He's going to have to instantly turn to blood. He's actually going to just try and pick off the Marine. He gets it, but he trades a lot to get that 1 kill. The Dragoon already lost about 40 health.
Yeah, and he doesn't really know what the build is either, so that could have been a much more dangerous investment. So here we go, trying to figure out what's going on the other side of the map. Little Gundam coming in, and he's going to see... Oh, he's not going to see it. Okay, let's see if he scouts the rest of the base.
Now, like I was saying, Ghost of Dark didn't scout at all, but SPX doesn't know. Well, he knows that he did scout, but he doesn't know if there's like a probe.
What is happening here? He's just going to lose the Dragoon.
Yeah, he's overextending here. But what this looks like to SPX is there's 2 gates. He missed the robotics on the side, and there was no probe that came to scout me. If I'm Terran, in my mind, this is hidden DT tech.
It looks a lot like it.
It looks like it, but we see that this is actually the safest possible build Protoss can go. 2-gate observer. This is like a 1999 build. And actually, this is a direct counter to what SPX is doing, which is 1 starport with mines.
Yeah, I mean, it's a direct counter if he doesn't just send all of his Dragoons in to die. So we've got 1 Dragoon dead and the other on half HP, so he's heading back. But yeah, this is, I mean, he's got everything to deal with everything that SPX is going to have. Still no Nexus, though.
Yeah, Ghost of Dark, he needs every goon he can get because he's going to clear out these mines very easily, and then he needs to be able to burst down this bunker. His build direct counters what SPX is going for. SPX is playing so risky, building so many vultures without any real knowledge of what Protoss is doing. All he's seen is goons and 2 gates. It looks like DT for sure, but he's also going Starport too. Oh, he's going to come in and see the Nexus now. This Nexus is like 2 minutes late.
Wow. Well, he's going to be able to see not only that, but the lateness of the Nexus. Oh, let's see if he scouts the Robo this time. No, he actually loses it again. Last time when he was scouting, he actually just ran it straight into the mineral line and lost the SCV. This time he also misses seeing any tech, so SPX totally in the dark and in the Ghost of Dark. Let's put it that way. And I think he's about to have a little bit of a problem here. He's got nothing but vultures to fight nothing but Dragoons.
There's no tanks out. There's no siege, but we do see vultures setting up for a drop. If Ghost of Dark had gotten all these goons together, which were like 8, this bunker probably would have died, but instead only 4 are there. So actually, this build is really not working out for Ghost of Dark at all, especially now that those 2 goons are at the natural. I don't even know if they can get in now because I saw a pylon wall. Oh God, they're way out of position. Here he comes. He now sees it, but Vulture's gonna be set up. Also, there's no observer here.
Oh God. Let's see how many probes he gets.
Oh, tank!
Oh my God, he jumps on the tank. He wasn't. What? What was that tank doing there? How do you? Is that like the rally point? Well, losing that tank is heartbreaking. That means this bunker is going to keep taking lots more damage. On the other side, the probe transfer saved most of the probes, but it's still 5-6 lost.
He killed a lot of probes there. Look at the worker
count. My God, actually, 40, it's way more than that. Never mind.
40 to 20 with the command center up for like forever compared to this Nexus just not getting up. All he has to do is make sure that he doesn't lose these tanks to some type of stupid Dragoon run by, focus on the tank.
Yeah, or a rally that's way out there. He actually almost killed the dropship.
Yeah, so everything is going perfectly for SPX. All SPX has to do now is just put down 2-3 more factories, go for a 5-fact timing, sit underneath the natural, high ground, use his dropship for high ground vision, and then just, oh gosh, that's a lot of goons. He's gonna try and jump on these tanks. I know it.
I mean, look, he Goes to Dark lost so much, or so many so many probes.
There he goes.
His Nexus was very late, so he's got to go for it. He's gonna jump on the bunker, 2-shot it, basically, take out the Marines inside, but he's got to kill the tanks. The SCV's pulled, making such a beautiful wall. Can he take out the tanks in the back? He's repairing. Oh my God, he's 1-2 shots away from taking out that tank, and he can't do it. Nothing. But Blue Goo left on the ground, and the last tank survives and will be repaired.
Yeah, so SPX barely holding on there. Looked like the Dragoons might just barely get on top of those tanks. But now that SPX is held, he's probably going to rebuild bunker. Now, what does Ghost of Dark do to get back into this game? We saw support bay for him, so he's going to go for a Reaver. But with the starport already out, oh, he's going to go for it again.
Oh my God, what? Okay, well, sometimes the 5th all-in is the one that gets you, you know? So he does take out that tank. He's actually just going to go back and again. He's going to snipe the shuttle, or the dropship. The tank thankfully gets dropped out of the dropship, so at least he's living up to his name. And, oh no, he's trying to target down the mine so that he can run in there, but instead he's actually just going to lose even more Dragoons. Saves that one. He's just rallying Dragoons across the map.
Well, he's got to do something. He's got to do something to try and catch up in this game. He's actually closing the worker count difference now, even though he's losing a lot. He killed the dropship too. If a Reaver comes in while another Dragoon attack happens, maybe he can get some SCV kills. The Vultures, they see the shuttle though, but this honestly looks like a Bulldog. Is he really just gonna go right on top of the tanks? They're actually spread out in a way where if he goes in the middle, the tanks won't hit him. Oh, that's not where. Oh, he's gonna get the tank in the back.
And oh my God, he gets it. And the SCVs are all clumped up. He's gonna actually get the tank in the front too. Oh my God, he just killed all the tanks. There's one more coming in. The Reaver's on red health, so he can't drop that anymore. This is so scary. Like he's pretty far behind. If you look, he's still like 5-10 workers down, but no. Okay. Drops the Reaver into death, and we're done.
But at least he's closed the gap in workers now. He does see that it's also a 5-fact, so he can respond with 5-6 gates himself, get up a Citadel. Oh God, we have so many probes idle in the main. That's a huge loss for him, but he definitely needs to get a Citadel because SPX is setting up for a timing. Forge coming in. Where is the Citadel though? We desperately need speed, and we need it faster than 23 minutes that we saw yesterday.
Yeah, not that Lancer X speed we were talking about. I mean, that was a pretty bold move. If he had got out with the Red Reaver, that's okay. Unfortunately, he lost it, and now there's not a lot of tech to defend back at home. He's obviously rebuilt that Reaver, and he's building a second one, I believe. So he should be relatively well prepared, but he's going to need to put those SCVs or the probes to work. I think they're still idle in his main. If we can check that.
Vulture's trying to go for a drop.
He's catching
coming in.
Yeah, catching a few of the Vultures out of the map. Actually, ships passing in the night. The shuttle runs right by the dropship. It's going to run in here, but are these Dragoons going to even notice? Oh my God, even more dead probes and nothing being done to stop the Vultures.
Yeah, but there's only 2 tanks with this army. Double Reaver, if he unloads there, should be able to kill
but there's
everything.
A few Marines there, so he can't just float on top of it. Every probe going to be going down in that natural expansion. Very few being saved.
Well, SPX is floating a bunch of money, and Ghost of Dark has a pretty strong group of units right here, but he's got to go because he just wiped at the Nat. Reaver
drops on top of the tanks. Oh my god, these scarabs, they're so good. He actually needs one more just love tap there on that tank. He's gonna be able to take it down. Oh, the sickest explosion. The mine and the tank shot go off, killing so many Dragoons. But wait, what?
There are goons in the main.
How did those get there?
And there's vultures in the main of Ghost of Dark, and he's got mines everywhere. He's not able to get into the probe line at the main, I don't think, but he killed all of them at the natural. So this is all Ghost of Dark has, and there's 5 fact production for Terran. So
there's a Wraith out to stop the shuttle from making life even more difficult. I mean, Ghost of Dark is trying it. He's just on his last legs. He's got very little left. His natural's in shambles, and he can't quite bust into the natural of SPX.
Yeah, there's doubling of the supply. SPX has finally stabilized. Goons are trying to jump on these tanks again, but it's just barely out of range. And there's just so many tanks, so many vultures, plus 1 weapon even coming in for SPX. And we have no probes for Ghost of Dark. He's close to mining out in his main too.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to see a third base from either player this game, trying to continue to rally, but live by the vulture, die by the vulture. He's going to actually kill off all of these Dragoons with the vultures, and I think that might just do it.
Yeah, all these Dragoons are going to fall. SPX just needs to get a consolidated tank count. I think he only has 1 add-on, so he's not able to actually build that many tanks at once. He's taken to third base for himself. So many vultures for him, and Dragoons actually are a really good counter, but the problem is he's just not having the best trades with them today. And losing all of his probes, he's pretty much all in with this one. Another drop coming into the main. Ghost of Dark at least has a cannon this time.
He can still just kill more probes than that cannon can kill vultures. 1, 2, 3. I mean, almost no mining now anymore. Oh, heartbreaking. Well, I mean, at least he had the Dragoons waiting in his own base to clear that up instead of, way out on the map somewhere. But now double expanding, right. SPX is feeling it.
This must be a Russian thing because SPX matching the command center count of Casper yesterday. So many command centers from Casper. 5 CC in a second. He's about to take 3 bases all at once. Meanwhile, there's only 1 add-on. You would think, well, this guy's got to have like 20 tanks, right? He actually has like 4.
Of course.
He only has like 4. So very risky.
Too busy building vultures,
but
man.
It doesn't matter because Ghost of Dark just has absolutely nothing. There's 52 SCVs versus 60 total supply.
Yikes.
For Ghost of Dark.
Well, yeah, the game's pretty much over. It would be, I guess, almost inconceivable coming back from a position like this. As a caster, it's my mandatory job to try to figure out how the player who's behind could win the game.
Another run by.
I don't know, dude. Yeah, it just keeps getting further and further behind. Just sacking vultures with a superior economy to kill off all these probes. At some point, you just got to go next.
So Ghost of Dark, we see him going across the map. This is probably just going to be his last stand. He's going to get onto the high ground. So this is going to be the absolute best angle he can possibly take. But there's just way too much Terran. He's gonna back off. He's just gonna wait for speed, but
he's gonna wait for the 50-minute leg upgrade.
There's no zealots. One way he could get back was if there was a shuttle bomb and it landed on top of all the tanks with mines underneath them. But other than that, there's no chance for Ghost of Dark right now. 4 base Terran. He's about to transfer SCVs to all these bases, and he still has that command center at top middle.
I'm disappointed he didn't go for the 5th base.
Oh, God, another mine hit. Like, we can't dodge a mine. Every single one lands, including that one.
Yeah, including that one.
Is that another...
well, there's even more mines laid between him and anything that his opponent has. So SPX is super safe right now, and Ghost of Dark is not safe. He's dying anywhere he tries to go. So... oh, man. I think Ghost of Dark is trying to clear everything up, loses another Dragoon to a big mine hit right in the middle of the clump. Ghost of Dark's trying to set up for a 3rd base to maybe try to come back into this game a little bit. Maybe he just doesn't understand truly how far behind he is, or maybe how far ahead SPX is, I should say. But, I mean, look, what are we at? He's +2 weapons versus +none.
Yeah, the shuttle and zealots are coming out.
+1.
So we do have that potential shuttle bomb that I was talking about.
Okay.
But look at this paltry arm. We don't even have to siege. This is just TT1 style A move, baby.
Oh well, yeah. He's I mean, he can siege if he wants to. There it goes. But he's got such a huge wall of vultures buffering in front of his tanks. These vultures or these zealots are almost never going to touch a tank during this entire fight. Finally, they do get on top of them in the back, but the vulture count is still gigantic, and that's it. Goes to Dark, taps out, and SPX will advance on to the finals of Group E to take on True Touch.
Yeah, and SPX looked really good, especially under pressure to stop those goons, pull off SCVs to repair the bunker, to block the entrance, and then also microing the vultures at the same time. So he looks really good, but True Touch looked amazing versus favorite. So of course I'm assuming True Touch should win, but the win rate for SPX was pretty good versus TVZ. So you never know.
Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's by getting into our next game. I think the map is La Mancha, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know just yet. Either way, just want to give a big thanks to everybody for coming out and tuning in. So many viewers over the last couple of days, and today is no... I'm pushing the wrong button. Today is no exception. About 400 of you all tuning in, so we really appreciate your support. Make sure to stick around, of course, after this group, because we've got Group F coming up later. We'll finish off the round of 24 today. But before we finish off that round, we have to figure out which player is going to be advancing out first from Group E. Is it SPX? Is it True Touch? I mean, they're both quarterfinalists of BSL at one point or another, right?
Yes, technically that is true.
Never trust the statistics. The statistics. There we go. Glad I got that one out of the way. So yeah, we're almost there. The map is La Mancha, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, I'm just looking at the stats. True Touch versus Terran is somewhat strong. Yeah. I was gonna say, I guess one of the biggest Terran players he has to play against is Kogut. I would say that Kogut has a pretty polarizing style. He's known for like very heavy Wraith play, and even in TVP, he just, I don't know, I've never seen more of those things. I don't know, I guess the practice that he gets is mainly probably against like Bonneth regionally, but there's actually quite a few good European Protoss players to play against. Regardless, there's only one way to find out who's going to advance out first, and that is by getting into our third game of the day between True Touch and SPX on the map. I almost said match point again. It's La Mancha. The Mancha, as they say in Spanish.
What does it actually mean?
It means the blot or the stain. So basically, it's like one big map, and there's like the stain in the middle. That's, I guess, kind of in theory what it means. But that's it. Either way, let's get into it. Game number 3 starts right now. Or actually, it started a few seconds ago. So, whoops. We're just trying to get everything started here. So, in the upper left-hand corner, playing Zerg in the red, it's True Touch.
And in the bottom left, we have the blue Terran. It is SPX. So again, you got the good position on this map. Bottom left, Kogut's position. Remember, he went mech here. I would really like to see True Touch or SPX wall here, regardless of whether he goes mech. It's just so powerful to go for walls. TVZ when you can, and that looks like what he's doing. We've seen SCV going to the low ground. Gonna put down depot immediately.
Somebody pointing out that it's actually the windmill from Don Quixote that he tilted at with a lance. It's also the central region of Spain. But yeah, it's a reference to the, what do you call that? Fairy tale, fable, novel, play, opera?
I don't know.
I think it's like all of the above. But anyway, that thing. So...
well, we do have racks going down the low ground, so it is also going to be a wall. And we do have, is that 10-10-10 I see? That is a 10-10-10 rapid.
Oh my god.
Now, I was reading chat because guys in the chat have all the knowledge.
Well, that's your first mistake.
That this, actually SPX was saying that 10-10-10, I think it was SPX. He said that usually that this means that it's going to be a Wraith build. Now, when I was casting, I said it could be potential drop build because we saw 4GG and them use it in previous ASLs. So we'll have to wait and see whether SPX is a liar. Is he going to go for Wraith, or is he going to go for what I think, which is the drop play? We'll have to wait and see. He's not mining. Oh, okay. He just doesn't have enough gas for the factory. I thought he had already pulled off gas.
Close. Well, he's got to finish this
Ooh,
barracks, but I don't know. Man, barely gets
it's
the
dead.
Yeah, but he gets the SCV kill. Wow, the deadliest drone you've ever seen. Walls the drone in. And the drone's like, I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me. He's actually still able to attack the SCV. Disgusting. Anyway, he's gonna get into the main and scout a factory. What could it mean?
And we did pull off of gas. So this is a 10-10-10. This SCV might die. I think it's going to die.
Is he going to kill a second?
Oh
yes. Oh, then the Marine comes off and saves it. Watch it turn around and go back through the Marine just to get the SCV kill.
Now he puts back on gas and the drone saw it. But the SCVs
He's going to kill the SCV.
Oh, he's going to. Get it.
Moving shot. Moving shot. Ah, gets it. That's a 2 SCV killed drone. Oh my god.
And this was a 10-10-10, so we already cut our econ so much. Now SPX, I don't think he can go race. Whoa, 2 fact. So it's neither. Guy in the chat was wrong. It's not race. I was wrong. It's not drops. It's just gonna be a 2 fact. This has to be vulture run by. I can't see anything else. It can't be a tank push. It's gotta be just vulture run by, try and even up the drone SCV count. Now, TrueTouch got the scout off, and he should have seen that the factory was very quick. So I imagine he's going to put down a 3rd hatch pretty soon, and then it's just going to be a complete wall. And what do you do as SPX? You can't get in. Maybe you can kill a couple drones on the bottom side of the NAT, but other than that, nothing. Oh, this SCV's going to barely escape.
Yeah, I thought it was going to try to run through. Can't run through a sunken, so turns back around. What are we seeing over here? Yeah, there's second factory just now finishing, and no vision of this. There's no overlord position to try to run in here. What is it gonna be? Obviously, speed about halfway done. On the other side, Spire coming up, so it's just gonna be 2 hatch.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2 hatch Muta, and I'm looking at the timing of SPX. There's no armor. There it is. Armory just starts, and like you were saying, there's no overlord, so he doesn't know if there's a command center, but because SPX put back on gas and the drone came in and saw it, and the fact that he knew the factory so fast, is I don't think that he was expecting there to be a command center anyways. Hydrogen goes up. I really do expect to see a 3rd hatch pretty soon. Even Lings on hold position are enough to hold these vultures. There's the 3rd hatch. So how do you get in, Rapid?
Beautiful.
Is it possible?
I mean, vultures, they float over mines. Maybe they can just float into the... No, that's not how it works. I mean, if it was a drop build like you were talking about, then obviously that would be one way to circumvent all of that. Except it's not. It's just lots of vultures.
He sees the vultures. So
yeah.
Now it's completely over.
Yep. Watch him like wall in even further. Yep, there it is. Full wall. How you getting in?
This is the worst feeling as a parent. You were all letting it get scouted, and then you can't do anything. He's not even get this hatchery because the Spire's going to complete in a couple seconds. Muta's going to come out and deal with it. And because SPX is 1 basing, he has no econ. It's hard enough to stop 2 hatch Muta with 2 bases. Now you're going to try and stop it with 1 base? I don't think so.
Nope. I mean, he is actually dealing quite a bit of damage to this hatchery.
Yeah, now that there's 7 vultures, he may actually kill it. That's a lot of damage.
Is he going to kill this hatchery? Where are the mutas?
There's 4 mutalists about to pop out, and they're going to start 2 or 3 shotting the vulture.
Okay. I mean, there's only 1 muta there.
The funny thing is that these vultures, because they're in such high number now, is that if the mutas leave, he actually might be able to kill the hatch.
Yeah, it pops with 400 hit points. Yeah, he's going back in for it, even in spite of the mutas. They actually don't move up to chase them. A lone muta flying across the map to try to get damage done. Sees the Goliath popping out and the turret positioning, has to flap away.
Yeah, Muta comes in, sees that it's 2 fact, but he doesn't see if there's a command center. He's going to come in here and see no command center and think, holy moly, I am so far ahead. I can't possibly be farther ahead. Got 2 SCV kills also in the beginning of the game, and This guy went a vulture-based build with 7 of them and did no damage.
I mean, hey, he's running up to the upper right, so if there was a drone there, he would have been able to kill it. No, we're not even concerned about that. At this point, TrueTouch is just chilling. He knows he stopped everything that SPX has tried to do to him. And once again, this is only a best of 1, so it's not like you start out with a build and you test the waters and try something else the next day. No, this is to advance out of the group into the round of 16, somewhere that Both players have been many times before. I would say that these are maybe the two favorites of the group, but it's nobody wants to go down and play 2 more best of 3s, so I guess there would be 1 more best of 3 for these guys.
All True Touch needs to do, just keep building Mutalisk, get his +1 armor on Mutas. They're so good versus Goliath. And I would like to see him send 1 Muta to check every single base, because the only way that you could possibly lose from this position is if Terran had hit a base somehow, then gets up their natural, and it's 3 base Terran versus 2 base Zerg, because they think that Terran's just all in. That's the only possible way that
you think
True Touch could actually throw this. There's
weapons for Goliath, still no Muta upgrades, but he is going for massive amounts of Mutas. I think he's on like a control group so far. Well, he will have a control group once these Mutas pop out. So that is a very scary number for, I guess, any number of Goliaths. And they're certainly more mobile, so he actually doesn't have the Goliaths back at home to defend. Okay, there they are. They're just running back out of the natural.
He sees the Mutas moving across the map with these mines that he has placed everywhere. Here come the Mutalisks. They don't have armor, so actually these Goliaths should deal a decent amount of damage. I like how, even though he took damage there, he came in to check that there was no floated command center. Now he sees it's just started, so he's just in a dominant position to kill the turret. Maybe, Vulture run by.
Okay, yeah, you had to watch out for the Vultures. Plenty of drones going down, actually. Oh my god, he got like 6 drones there, so I guess that was worthwhile. On the other side, he has his command center delayed, but I think he actually did kill a couple Mutas there, so maybe not the worst thing to worry about. Hydra is now starting to rally across the map, but getting popped by a few mines in the middle, so I have to worry a little bit more about that. Yeah, he keeps losing Hydras to mines.
He's going to lose some more to mines. That's another Hydra down. He's going to lose this one too. Actually, True Touch is losing quite a bit, but still, the econ advantage for him is so huge. He's got +1 weapon coming in himself.
Did he just like not expect there to be mines? I mean, he knew the Vultures were everywhere.
I don't think he expected it at all.
He's going to lose another one.
He's going to lose more.
And he's actually going to lose more of them as they continue to go across the map. Here we go. More Hydras going down. This is just, I mean,
there's a tank out now. So actually, SPX has a natural now. He's still down 6 workers. Let's not deny that. And now he's going to be down even more.
Oh, no. Yeah, Goliaths rallied to the natural when they need to be in the main. More and more Mutas coming through.
They all stack, so they all get splashed like crazy.
Yeah. Well, those SCVs are not having a good day there. You can see it on your screen. 16 to 28 worker count. SPX is he's in struggle town.
4 hatch Hydra versus 18 workers for Terran with Goliath versus Zerg that's going into Hive now. Zerg also has +1 Hydra damage, almost done. He's got range coming in. He's going to take top right. And it's not like Terran has a sizable enough army to be feeling confident to attack. So True Touch still in complete control. He's up 10 workers also. What can SPX do? If he had like a starport with +2 weapon and science facility or something going, I could see us going into an hour-long game.
Well, he has no tech.
There's no tech.
So he has no tech. I mean, as I say that, he's starting the starport, but I mean, that won't be done for a million years. He's trying to get armor for Goliath, but on the other side, we're just seeing a whole host of upgrades. And it's not even like going for that Hydra tech cost him that much in the end anyway. He can just transition to Lurker if he wants to, or just, I don't know, mass Hydra, because there still aren't that many tanks out at all.
Yeah, we have like 10 Goliaths, 2 tanks, 25 SCVs or so for SPX. Meanwhile, 5th hatch going up for True Touch. Hive is, I think it's started, or did it already complete? I know he has a Queen's Nest. No, it hasn't completed, or it hasn't even started yet, because he's getting speed on his Overlords. I guess he doesn't want to lose any more Hydras to those mines. Mines actually did a lot of damage.
I was surprised that he just sent them the Hydras across the map. I mean, you can put Overlords there. You have air control with Mutas.
Yeah, so what does True Touch really want to do? He can just power for now. There's no chance of SPX moving out. I don't know if he knows how far ahead he is, right? Of course he knows he's ahead, but is he far enough ahead to feel confident to go for like 10 drones at once and transfer them to top right? I don't know about that. Or he can just mass Hydras, and as soon as SPX even thinks about moving out onto the map, just surround it. But with +1 armor coming in and the 2nd armory and science facility already up, SPX probably has no intention of ever attacking, ever moving. I imagine he's just going to take his 3rd base at bottom middle, slowly get top or mid left. That's 4 base Terran with 4 gas. That's actually very strong. And try and camp the game out as long as possible.
Queens on the way. Oh, I mean, Irradiate is coming, but we've got, what, 5 queens in production? So this is just sort of the guarantee factor. It's like, look, even if you do get enough tanks out, they're not going to be there for very long. So 5 more queens. Obviously, it does take them quite a bit of time to regenerate or to generate the energy that they need. But I think we've got tons of time for True Touch. He's not going anywhere in a hurry.
Yeah, what I would like to see True Touch do is take bottom right. That's on Terran's side of the map. When you have this type of control, don't even give Terran the option to come back. Just mine out their side of the map. And then what do? Are they going to take a cross base? I don't think so. So other than that, True Touch is playing this perfectly. He's got queens, perfect unit comp to get rid of the tanks. He's going to have so many Hydras. He's still got Mutas to soak up hits from the Goliaths when they inevitably just attack anything they see. And there's only 5 factories so far that's just started, so the unit count is very skimpy for SPX.
Well, I mean, at least he's getting it back up there in the worker count. He lost a lot, but still pretty far behind. And at this point, yeah, the infrastructure is just so gigantic from True Touch. Oh my God. Well, here come the Mutas in. They're going to get irradiated, so that's dealing quite a bit of damage. A little bit of slow on the split, so he's going to lose so many Mutas off that. I mean, I guess that's not bad, but like, the queens are still there. Oh, he ran the Muta back into the clump and wound up dealing more damage to his own units.
Yeah, supply is 105 to 89 or so for SPX. The queens should almost have enough energy for Brood League now. And now SPX is moving out, but this is probably just going to trigger those queens on the left side of the map to try and just go and Brood League them. I think they should have the energy by now.
Oh, about 128, 30. So we're about 20 off.
Yeah, 20 more, so about 25 more seconds, and this is going to be go time for True Touch. He's got so many Hydras, he's up 20 supply.
He's about to have +2 weapons on those Hydras.
+2 weapon. He's got Carapace even coming in. He's building so many more Hydras over and over and over. It's 6 hatches for him. He's got top middle also. Everything is just perfect for him. Actually, 7 hatches even.
So I love the confidence to go pure Hydra into an opponent that has tanks. Because tanks are pretty good against Hydras, but not when they're dead. So he's running the queens back away. They're finally got energy, so he's coming down here. Now you got to pre-clone the
oh, that's
spells
nice.
off, but actually he hasn't cast a single one. He's gonna get 1, 2, 3. But there's actually still a couple of tanks left. Okay, he's gonna come in for the Broodling on the last one, and that's it. Everything dead. And I think all you gotta do is move on to victory.
Yeah, True Touch just a move now. There's 1 tank and a handful of vultures. SPX is going to desperately try and hold on, but there's no way that he can really hold on. He may hold on for now, but the next incoming wave that might have Defilers or Ultras, there's no way he's going to stop it. He just doesn't have any units. He doesn't have critical mass tanks. He doesn't even have upgrade advantage because it's 2-1 for Zerg in any second. Everything in True Touch's favor.
Yeah.
1 add-on, we can't even build mass tank.
He's even popping more and more queens after this, even though like that didn't actually go very well. If the game had been perfectly even at that point and True Touch attacks in and has that effect, he might be a little bit behind, but obviously he's insanely ahead. So the ability to just click and kill something his opponent has, definitely something he can afford.
Up 40 supply now, True Touch. I just want to see a Defiler mound. That's all we need to actually just immediately close out this game. We don't see it just yet. Even a drop would be great for him. Just drop into the main as soon as Terran moves out, because they have to move out to this area to defend their 3rd base. That leaves their main exposed. He doesn't have very many vessels either, so if we get down Dark Swarm, how do we actually kill it? We just flat out kill it. So I'm really just waiting for the Defiler mound. We see more rain. Oh, Burrow. What's the Burrow for?
I don't know, swagging on him. I don't know. I thought we were gonna do vulture run bys as our way to come back in the game, but True Touch is just like, hey, you're running vultures to my upper right hand base, and moves his army there, pushes them back, kills off all the mines that they've laid, and I don't know what SPX's way back in this game is, Nyoken.
This is his only way back into the game, is to just camp it out, try and go for the hour-long game. Hopefully that he can like get an EMP off or something and hits all the queens every single time they come in, that's
just
it.
tries to bust through, but he like epically denatrixes the tank. Just when you think you've got an overwhelming advantage, you run into Terran tanks, and then you remind yourself you've got queens, but they still need like 30 more energy, so that does actually take quite a while to regenerate.
I like what SPX is doing. He's using his vultures out in front to see exactly what's coming, and then the Goliaths in the back clearing out the Overlord so that he can get mines everywhere, or at least as far ahead of his tanks as possible. True Touch up 40 supply still. He's got 3-2 coming in pretty soon. We've got triple add-on, so now we're starting to really get that tank count really high, but I think we have like 10 queens. So still, work cut out for SPX. He's doing a really good job clearing out what he can, but once the queens come in, there's so many of them, you can't focus fire all of them. It looks like True Touch wants to go.
Yeah, okay, it's time. And where are the tanks? They're way back there. Okay, there we go. Now let's see if the queens can hit the tanks in the back this time. Here we go. There's 1 broodling, 2, 3, and all the tanks are dead except for 1. And actually, the broodlings themselves might kill that tank with splash damage. They drag a mine into the broodlings. What can you say? There's no friends here. The mines kill off the tanks. Everything kills off the tanks. The broodlings, the hydras, they kill off tanks too. And now there's just not a whole lot left. The bridge is actually unintentionally blocked by the hydra rally point to stop the vulture run by from dealing damage. If you can break through here into the natural, there's not going to be a whole lot left.
Yeah, tanks are falling left and right. Bunker goes down. There's only 2 tanks left, only a handful of hydras. And there's so many more coming from True Touch. GG, SPX taps out.
Yep, that's going to do it for our 3rd game. Congratulations to True Touch for advancing out of Group E in 1st place. I don't think that's a big surprise. He's won more BSLs than any other player by 3, I think. I don't think anybody's won BSL twice, right?
I think it's just him. He's won it, what, like 4 times?
4 times now. He won it twice in a row, twice.
Crazy.
Mind-blowing, yeah. So True Touch is back in the round of 16 after not making it into the top 4, I think for the first time ever, seems like. He has made it back into the round of 16. He's going to have to keep climbing higher to, I guess, get revenge on being knocked out in the round of 8 by Bonus last season. So that's going to do it for our winners matches. We've got our final 2 bests of 3 of Group E coming up next. But first, we're going to take a short break while you guys hang out and discuss amongst yourselves how much you're going to subscribe on patreon.com/bombastic. We'll come back after a few minutes with the exciting conclusion of Group E. So don't go anywhere. And we're back with more BSL. So thanks for your patience during that 4-minute break. It's time to figure out who's going to advance out of Group E in second place. We had True Touch, pretty unsurprisingly, dominate his way through to a first place finish. That means he's going on to join everybody else in the round of 16. And now we have to figure out who else is going there. So we've got Ghost Too Dark, we've got Favorite, and we've got SPX.
Yeah, and Favorite is new to me. Don't know what to expect from him. He looked pretty solid versus True Touch, even though he fell. Like, his build was pretty good. He did all his upgrades. Everything was great. And Ghost Too Dark, it looked pretty ugly versus SPX. So I'm a little worried for him, honestly. But it is PvP. You don't know what exactly is going to happen in that. So this should be an exciting matchup.
Well, let's see how the build order is affected. That's always the kind of rock, paper, scissors you play with openers in PvP. It is the losers match, so it is a best of 3. So there might be a little bit of extra time to figure things out. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to change it because it's always a little bit dependent on how the build orders go. I would say that I didn't really get a chance to see how either player really, or kind of what form they were in just yet. Favorite's game against True Touch, that just kind of had like a no rush 20 kind of feel to it. And then Ghost Too Dark, I kind of never got off the ground there. So let's see what happens when they play against each other. Our first map is hidden behind our faces. Neo Sylphid. There we go. And if you look at the player stats, it's actually not that different. Obviously, maybe Favorite has a better versus Terran record, but their versus Zerg is, I guess, pretty similar. Gosu Dark's got more games in BSL since Favorite's been playing in Gosu League, but he's promoted up here to the Pro League, so it's time to play with the pros. So let's see if he is up to the challenge as we get into game number 1 of our elimination match on Neo Sylphid. All right, here we go. In the 12 o'clock location in the blue, playing Protoss. From South America, it's Gosu Dark.
In the bottom right, we have the red Protoss representing IRK. It is Favorite. So Gosu Dark, I've played him PvP a few times. He's just as aggro in PvP as he is in PvT. And Favorite, he looked like pretty just a standard player. So I made the prediction of models versus, who was it? Oyaji.
Oh,
that
yeah,
we might
yeah.
see a 3-gate and end up happening. I'm going to go with the same thing. I think Gosu Dark probably going to go for 3-gate here, and then I'm assuming Favorite seems like a 2-gate robo type of guy.
Well, in theory, the 3-gate player would be in a pretty good spot there, but if I recall correctly, in that Models versus Oya series, he faked him out with a +1 air upgrade and went DTs. So, always possible. You never know. As soon as you build that 3rd gateway, the game is pretty decided. Well, if it's going into DTs, that is. If it's going into Robo, then I mean, maybe you can go like 3-gate Robo, but it's obviously not quite as potent.
Yeah, Robo would be delayed if they're going to be going for the 3-gate Robo. There's the gateway. We're going to have to wait and see how many Zealots come in from either player. In the Models Oya series, we saw Oya cut a Zealot every single time. He did not build any Zealots in that series until the one game that he decided to 2-gate in the center. Then he built a lot of Zealots.
Yeah, quite a few, and then one game. So quite a strategy. So probes passing each other right now. Not sure that really gives off any information, but as soon as Gosu Dark gets into the base, he'll be able to see everything. Nothing really too crazy to see other than the fact that the gateway is here and not in the middle of the map.
And Gosu Dark is the one going for the initial Zealot. No surprise there. Cybernetics coming in for Favorite. I do expect to see him get a Zealot, especially versus someone versus Gosu Dark. Go for the standard 14 Zealot. There it is. So everything is just pretty normal from both sides.
We have very honest players here.
Honest.
No one committing any crimes against Protoss humanity, or I don't know what you call humanity, but Protoss. The Protoss race, the Kala, everybody's okay for now. But at the same time, we haven't really seen either player. What was it the other day? We had a really late Cyber Core, so kind of the same situation here. So you go later Cyber Core, but that means that you don't skip your Zealot or the probes on the way to it.
Yeah, so later Cyber Core for Gosu Dark, but Favorite already has his Cybernetics done. We're going to see a Dragoon come out. Second Zealot for Gosu Dark coming out. So he really wants to put on pressure. The first Zealot is already across the map. I don't know if Favorite saw it move out, but I think he should guess. But he's doing a good job to draw the pro or draw the Zealot to the top side. Now Gosu Dark's going to get a Zealot into the main, into the probe line even.
Wait, what? It's like this is a Dark Templar, but actually it's a Zealot. It just somehow snuck all the way in there. And obviously its life may not be that long for the world. Let's see if we can get a probe kill. Oh my god, it's almost going to get one. It's going to get the... Oh! It's like he only hit with one of the Psy Blades, but still one probe going down. I guess that's pretty much mission accomplished. Let's see if we can dive and snipe the low health probe in the mineral line. Probably not. Oh, can he get out? Oh, the last Dragoon shot takes him out, and that is that for our friend Little Mr. Probe. So
there's the 2-gate from Gosu Dark, also 2-gate from Favorite, but instead of 3-gate, it is just going to be Templar Archive for Gosu Dark. He's going into those DTs. Now, Favorite has a lot of gas, so he can afford the robotics, but if he's going to get an observer out on time, he's got to build it pretty soon. I'm getting worried because this looks like we're going to put a pylon at the front and maybe go for a Nexus.
I mean, a Nexus at this point is a little crazy. You have no idea what's coming across the map at you. What is the building? He should be building a thing. Well, that's a pylon. I guess that technically counts as a thing, but it's not a thing that detects DTs, Nyoken.
Nothing detects DTs at all. Templar Archive is done. Here comes Favorite. He's trying to out micro Ghost Dark, and Ghost Dark has such good micro that it's gonna be hard to do that. Ooh. He went right before range kicked in. Also, so he can't even range these goons from a distance just yet. Templars are being built, DTs, 2 of them at a time. Forge coming in for both players. Oh no, for Favorite, he, I guess, suspects that there should have been more Dragoons than there actually are. This is a good read.
Yeah, and he has no way to get a observer out in time. So he's just like, okay, look, I got to get something to detect right now. He builds a second pylon, pretty well positioned so that he can make sure that his buildings don't get unpowered if a DT does get in there. And there's the emergency photon cannon. And just given the way that the base layout is here, you're not going to be able to protect way out there as your natural expansion, but you can at least wall things off in your main, and he should be okay here. But there's already a Nexus on the way, and that's the most powerful thing you can do in PvP.
A Nexus on the way for Ghost Dark. The 2 DTs aren't going to deal any damage because Favorite's already ready for it. He's got his robotics coming. Now we're going to see most likely Cannon, Templar, Storm follow-up for Ghost Dark. That's generally the traditional follow-up. The 2 DTs didn't deal any damage, but not a huge commitment. Favorite still stuck in. Oh, what's this? Now this is something that can always catch Protoss players off guard. DT drop.
Oh boy.
That's probably what we're gonna see. There it is. There's the shuttle. And the player that goes for DTs doesn't ever suspect this at all. As I say that, there's the cannon. So actually, this is good read from Ghost Dark. He's gonna make sure he doesn't die to a DT drop himself.
Yeah.
He has no observer, so once the cannon falls, that would be it for him.
Chat saying that he scouted the DTs on the way, so that's why he knew to build the defensive cannon. So I'm just like, okay, well, good for him. But the drop is still completely unscouted. So that is the true secret sauce of this game. And it'll be kind of ironic if Favorite goes for this and then finds any damage with it. There's, like you said, plenty of cannons back home.
Wow. Favorite's really risking it. This is a 3rd gate. He's not even thinking about going for a Nexus just yet. So he's got to deal damage with this DT drop. And it really doesn't look like he's going. Is that even a 2nd cannon for Ghost Dark? It is. So he's got 3. Why does he have 3 cannons in his main?
Look, he'll just absolutely be safe. In case the Dark Templar kill off like 2 cannons, he'll be totally fine with the 3rd one as the last bastion of defense. Also, he has Storm. He can just storm the Dark Templar anyway if he sees the shimmer. Ugh, man, this is both players being very, very well defended against what each other is doing. But the Nexus is so much faster for Ghost Dark.
Yeah, just now the Nexus starts for Favorite. He is still up workers, so at least he has that going for DT on the right side of the map. I don't think saw the shuttle, just barely out of range. But there's nowhere to actually drop this where the DTs can deal actual damage.
He's got 2 DTs, so he can like split it between the main and the natural, and maybe just hide them out of range of cannons and try to find something somewhere. Maybe he can like snipe a High Templar. I don't know. The shuttle's been scouted, so he's gonna get into the main, but what is he even gonna do here? There's just nowhere to go.
Oh, no! No, not like this! He unloads, but there's 3 cannons. He does keep 1 DT alive. He's gonna pick off the Forge, but that's not a big deal. Basically, no damage done. Meanwhile, Ghost Dark is in a great position, but because Favorite has done such a good job to keep building probes, he's actually not that far behind. He's only down 3. He's gonna get his Nexus up just now. He does have +1 going for himself too. A shuttle coming for Ghost Dark, and because he has Storm, you know that the Storm drop is coming, and that's probably going to be wiping out almost all the probes at the natural, I guess.
That's a lot of probes.
That is so many probes there.
Wow, and they're also really, really stacked. It takes a while for them to like spread out. A nice snipe on the Observer. I assume that was the Observer. Out in front of base. Man, it's so crazy the strats these guys are doing. It's like, okay, well, DTs will just kill you. Uh-oh, they didn't kill you. Well, DT drop will just kill you. Uh-oh, it doesn't kill you. Well, my High Templar drop. Oh, he said 4 High Templar. Maybe he does 3 and something else.
3 Templar. I'm surprised it's 3 and not just 2 and 2 Zealots or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Oh, a DT. It looks like he's trying to load that up too. Maybe.
Okay, so it's going to be a Templar drop coming all the way around the map, completely unscouted, nothing out on the map to see it.
We've got 5 gate for favorite, 4 gate for Ghost of Dark, but now he's got 6 gate. The tech is way in favor of Ghost of Dark though. But I think the army is a bit stronger right now for favorite, even though he doesn't have it in the storms. Now, where's that shuttle going to go? He's heading towards the bottom side of the map, so it looks like it is going to be a natural drop. I see something moving towards the bottom side of the map for favorite. Maybe it's just a scouting probe or a pylon going up down there. Cannon being placed at the natural, but that's not going to be in time. 3 Templars got their eyes set on this natural, and there's no goons there. It's just 1.
A nice scouting pylon being built by favorite, so he's going to see that. Both players macroing actually super well, so if the game isn't totally destabilized by this drop, maybe it evens out a little bit, even though Ghost of Dark's Nexus was so much faster. The pylon will just now.
It sees it.
Yeah, it does see it. I mean, it's a... Wait, no! He stops over the pylon, and now that's, in theory, going to give favorite enough time to react here. Drops a DT off, coming in with a high Templar. Dragoon's trying to get into position. There's enough no man's land for him to scoot on by into the main if he wants to, but let's see if he goes for the storm here.
I don't think he's going to risk it. He knows that it got scouted.
He wishes he could drop on that land platform right there. That would be so broken. It's just perfectly positioned so you can drop a high Templar off on it. There were a few maps that actually had accidental doodads where you could do that. Obviously, that gets patched out pretty quickly, but it's still hilarious for a while.
We see a drop coming in for favorite at the top side of the map. I think Ghost of Dark just trying to make it chaotic so he can get that drop in. Zealots and Archons moving across the bottom side of the map to make sure to deny this 3rd Nexus. Oh, here he goes. I think. Oh no, he's found an opening.
Oh my God, here we go. Here we go. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. He actually might have gotten a second storm off, and he's gonna get the rest of them. A little bit of a whiff there on that second storm. He restorms right on the cannon. Oh, he might actually get the probes to come back in. Not the greatest storm, and that one totally whiffs as a panic, but not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah, but he's down, or he's up 20 workers now, 48 to 30. Favorite's got to do something now. The supplies are basically even if after you factor in the worker advantage for Ghost of Dark. So if he wants to fight, now's the time. Otherwise, Ghost of Dark's going to be skyrocketing ahead. He's also setting up to take a 3rd base for himself. They both have +1 weapon. Favorite is slightly ahead for +1 or +2 weapon. Something that Ghost of Dark doesn't have that I'm just now seeing is he doesn't even have range on his goons. Luckily for him, he only has 2 goons.
I was gonna
so
say,
it does
yeah,
come into play. But
it's like saying he doesn't have speed for his zealots and he just has like 1 zealot or something. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's gonna become more and more important the later the game goes.
Well, here comes favorite because he scouts the Nexus and he sees that there's also 3 pylons going up. So that's a pylon and cannons going up. Oh, he's not gonna attack. I felt like he needs to do something, at least try and deny the space. Also, he knows that Ghost of Dark just lost 3 Templars. That's a lot of storm that he doesn't have anymore. He's probably just waiting for these Archons to morph. There's only 1 for Ghost of Dark, 3 Archons for favorite. His fighting potential is huge. I would really like to see him try and start a fight right now.
Waiting on it. Obviously, the ranged Dragoon.
Ghost of Dark wants to fight.
Yeah, Ghost of Dark is the one picking the fight here. The High Templar's actually trying to run away, but they're going to be the first one taken out in the back. Turns around for the reflex storm, gets 1, gets a second. And what is up with the storms today? They are just not on point. Well, I mean, neither player will actually be able to fight, so maybe a small victory there for Ghost of Dark, but they're pulling back, and I think for Ghost of Dark, he's totally fine doing this. He's got a 3rd Nexus about up. I don't know how many PvPs I see with 3rd Nexi, but it's a rarity.
Well, Favorite's content with just taking a 3rd base for himself, too. He's only down 5 workers now. Ghost of Dark has cut a lot of probes to get as many units out as possible. So even though he has a 3rd base, he's not really going to be able to saturate it that well, and it's going to allow Favorite to catch up. If we look at the supply, still very even, only about a 10 supply difference for both players. +2 has now kicked in for Favorite, whereas Ghost of Dark doesn't have +2, so that's a big spike. Now it looks like it's go time. He's just waiting for +2.
Yeah, and as soon as that finishes, it's time. So here we go. Storm's going off initially. And actually, it looks like Ghost Dark Storms is just monstrous.
Yeah,
He's just storming everything. Oh my god.
Supplies are plummeting for Favorite. It's 130 to 110. Now Ghost of Dark is plummeting a little bit. All the Zealots just got melted by Favorite, and Ghost of Dark easily wins this fight, pushes Favorite back.
And I think that's just it, right? I mean, this is like when you lose the muted battle. It's like, well, you just have nothing back at home. He's got a totally undefended third base, and actually even that might just be the target there for Ghost of Dark. He's gonna make sure that there's no crazy counterattack or no stupid DT gets in and kills everything, but that's not going to happen. I mean, he might even just pull back and, I mean, probably not Expo again, but I mean, he won the fight, so where's the follow-up? Well, okay, there it is.
There's the DT trying to sneak in and get some kills, but unable to. But he's still up 35 supply. It's also 9 gates versus 7 gates, I think. So a big production advantage for Ghost of Dark. Also, his +2's about to kick in pretty soon. Favorite has started +3. He's actually still not out of it. He's only down 3 workers. He is down 30 army supply. But if Ghost of Dark waits, which it doesn't look like he is, Favorite's going to need a very... I don't see how he wins this. I don't see any AoE on his side other than this one Templar, and there is so much AoE for Ghost of Dark.
Yeah, it might have looked like Ghost of Dark's used all of his storms in the previous fight, but no, he's still got at least 3 Templar left with, I don't know, 4 or 5 storms. So that's plenty enough, especially as the armies decrease in size. And if you just look at the army size for Favorite, it is little scant. So... I don't know. It's not looking good for our Swedish Protoss player. Ghost of Dark fishing with some storms, sends it out. Oh my god, the double storm! Unfortunately, the damage doesn't stack, but it's still right in the middle of Favorite's army. Trying to return the favor with more and more storms out there, but Favorite's army is just super clumped up. It's just a storm magnet right in the middle. Crazy double storms, dumping it all over Favorite's army, and that is that just getting overrun.
Yeah, Ghost of Dark just has too much. The storms were great from Ghost of Dark all game long. Really looked like Favorite had a good chance with the triple Archon, but now Ghost of Dark is here. Natural's been breached. Ghost of Dark's going to go up 1-0, and he's going to be on the brink of making it to the decider match.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very strong victory. I think strategically, we didn't see too much to be lacking from Ghost of Dark. I think Favorite actually played like pretty well there. It was a weird sort of set of handshakes. It's like, well, I'm going for the DTs. Then he scouted just barely in time to build cannons and hold on. And then there was that DT drop that didn't really work. It like almost kind of worked, but then we had crazy storm drop that I think was kind of the real dent, the nail in the coffin. Well, it was like the nails in the sides of the coffin building the coffin, and then later on we nailed the lid on. Anyway, I think it was a nice way to sort of gauge the overall strength of both players, and honestly, for Favorite, he's coming into Pro League from Gosu League, so that's a big step up.
Yeah, but he played, I think, pretty decent, maybe just waited a little too long. After you lose so many probes, you got to go do something. And he saw that the Nexus is going up. He only had 1 cannon for extra defense. I think that was the chance he needed to go for, and he just waited a little bit too long. I don't mind that he waited that much because he did go at +2, but I think it was a better opportunity to just go earlier. But now we got Escalade, and now we've got a whole bunch of high ground, whole bunch of low ground. This map.
My thought for Escalade is that you could improve it by adding UMS map moving tiles, where when you put your units on them, they could move around, and then you could change the name to Escalator, and the theme would be really consistent. Unfortunately, nobody would play it then. So instead, we're going to keep the map good and play on it here for game number 2 to see if Gosu Dark can advance on to the final match, or if Favorite can bring it back and take us to a game 3. Okay, here we are. In the upper left-hand corner in the red is our Swedish Protoss player Favorite.
And in the bottom left, representing South America, we've got the blue Protoss Ghost of Dark. So Ghost of Dark, he just pulled out one of his bag of builds. We saw the first one, the 2-gate Robo and SPX versus SPX. Now we've seen DT Rush. So now there's just still so many, but I would like to see 4-gate Speed Zealot or something like that. That always catches me off guard. I use it sometimes PvP. 3-gate into, oh, it didn't work. Follow up with 4-gate Speed Zealot, something like that. We'll have to see what Ghost of Dark goes for. Ooh, is that going to be low ground pylon? No low ground pylon. And
I was wishful thinking. That's definitely one of the bag of builds for sure.
And I'm actually a little worried for Favorite because this is Escalade, but we're setting our pylon up like in the circuit breaker position. Mm-hmm. This top right is where our ramp is. This is like a TT1 gateway going down.
I love the not like this from G5. He's done a few 4-gate Speed Zealots in his day. Don't try to deny it. Anyway, I just want to know what else is there for Ghost of Dark. He's absolutely that kind of guy. He has a large variety of these crazy all-in builds to go for, but it's PvP, so anything can happen. I'm required by law to say that in mirror matches. So nothing obviously diverging just yet. We might have that small discrepancy in the cybernetics core timing, but okay, never mind. I take it all back.
2-gate, and that gateway is going to not really help Favorite block the ramp ASAP, and he needs to. And he's building all of his stuff over here. Cybernetics. Okay, I at least like the cybernetics because now Zealots can't run through the back, so that's great actually.
Yeah, it keeps them from being slipperier than you would expect. But the 2-gate, what do you think is the big advantage of going for this? What is this? Where does this fit in the rock paper scissors of PvP?
Oh, well, this is a fantastic build, mostly because it's impossible for anybody in BSL to not scout first. Ghost of Dark finds him immediately, and so now he sees that the cybernetics is coming up with only one Zealot to defend. And last game, Favorite didn't even build a single, or he did build a Zealot actually. Mm-hmm. So, I love it. Block the ramp. No one's getting in here. And I think he just should wait for 5 and then go, because then we're going to have an overwhelming amount of Zealots. It's not going to be like 2 Zealots versus 1 Zealot and 2 goons. Once you get 5, ooh, he shows both of them though if he was paying attention.
Yeah, he's actually just going to have to go with 3, and that's also going to allow the probe to get in. Actually, I think it should be able to get in. Looks like it's still stopped by that single block. Shield battery coming up on the other side, so I totally agree with you. I think that was a little premature, I would say, to show the Zealots. Waiting for 5 would have given him just like such a huge like bulldozer effect, but now not only does the probe get into the base to see everything, he has the shield battery coming up back at home.
Yeah, well, this Zealot is going to engage the Zealot of Favorite in the center of the map. Now it is 2-on-1 versus Goon, but Favorite's second Goon should come out soon. Also, he has the shield battery, so this I think is an okay position for Favorite actually, especially now that he has the shield battery completed. We've got range even coming in. Once range comes in, it's going to be so hard for Ghost of Dark to actually get any damage done. Oh, Zealot into the mineral line. One probe goes down. This Zealot is going to fall though. Dragoon almost dies.
Ooh, gotta regen that with some shield battery. Juice. Oh man, actually excellent drill with the probes there. I think he only lost 1 drill. I mean, there's one probe. There's 2 more Zealots coming back in, and the one from previously coming back in. Now, can he actually get some more probe kills? Look at these drills, man. Giving me chills.
Yeah, even though he didn't get any probe kills there, he's at least forced so many drills off that actually Favorite's lost a lot of resources, but because Favorite was able to still get range, these goons are still very strong. More Zealots coming in, but they're taking so much damage, they're just A-moving, or they're just move commanding, really. 1 Zealot is going to fall very easily. Shield battery can regen all of these goons back up to full health.
Done.
This is a great defense from Favorite. So what is Ghost of Dark's follow-up going to be? He's going 2-gate goon himself, but he has no range. There's a huge advantage for Favorite right now. If he builds like 2 Zealots, never mind, there's still 3 Zealots from Ghost of Dark. I was thinking if he builds 2 Zealots in combination with his 4 goons, he can definitely bust up the ramp, but maybe not. Ghost of Dark has hidden Zealots on the other side of the map. He's going to go for a backstab.
I mean, I guess that's one way to do it, just circumvent your opponent's army, but you gotta know on your side of the map, it's gonna be tough to hold on. He's gonna try to use his high ground advantage, which I guess is, I mean, pretty potent. That first Dragoon is pretty wounded from the previous altercation, and he holds on the high ground, keeping Favorite's forces from walking into his natural.
Yeah, I like how Ghost of Dark was using that high ground to his advantage. Here comes Favorite with another attack. It's 4 goons, 1 zealot versus 2 zealots, 3 goons. Actually, is Ghost of Dark going to win this fight? He's still got so many zealots left over, and there's a zealot going for a counterattack right now.
Both players lose their zealots. It's 4-on-4. Favorite's Dragoons are more heavily damaged, so Ghost of Dark holds and has the high ground advantage outside his natural.
There's a cannon going up for Favorite because he doesn't know exactly what Ghost of Dark is going. I actually love that he's attacking the cannon because this makes it look like this is actually a DT follow, and we know that it's not.
Yeah, it actually really sells it. It actually kills the cannon too, so definitely a win there for the backstab zealot. And now I think it's actually a higher Dragoon count for Ghost of Dark. Even though he does lack the range upgrade, it's going to finish here in a couple of seconds.
Yeah, he's going 3-gate goon, so he's going to have so many Dragoons. Oh no, Favorite, you cannot walk up this ramp. Dude.
He's gonna try. Oh, it's right as range finishes too. So he's gonna walk right into Dragoons. Tragedy befalling Favorite. He can't even pull back. They glitch against each other. He loses 3 Dragoons. An almost insurmountable disadvantage. I think Ghost of Dark, he's gonna live up to the first 2 letters of his name. Heading across the map.
Cannon gets canceled. The Nexus didn't get canceled. We have 3 goons versus maybe, what, 7 or 8? There's no way that Favorite can hold this now. He doesn't even have the shield battery to help him. It's just a matter of time. Ghost of Dark's just going to waltz in here, pick apart everything. I don't even know if he's going to lose a unit in this fight. There's just nothing for Favorite.
You know, in Starcraft 2, there's a while where you could use this Nexus overcharge ability, where the Nexus would shoot giant lasers to help defend. This Nexus will not do that. It's going to do nothing, and everything else is going to die. So, well, I mean, man, that was just such a horrendous move, walking up the ramp there. Ghost of Dark just bobs Favorite back to the Stone Age, cancels the Nexus, and now I think he can actually push up the high ground.
Yeah, he can do whatever he wants. He's just going to push through here, probe pull.
It's time.
No, he can focus down the pylons too. That's an Artosis pylon at the top side.
But the full energy shield battery, Nyoken.
It's just not enough.
That's it, yeah. Out. Favorite out of here. Ghost of Dark advances on 2-0 to the decider match.
Yep, Ghost of Dark versus SPX, a rematch coming up. Ghost of Dark looked much better versus Favorite than he did versus SPX, so maybe just a little bit of nerves in the beginning. But he's got his workout cut. He's got
his workout cut for him.
Yes, he's got his workout cut for him.
He certainly does. Just well tailored right in there. It is going to be an uphill battle. I think, well, I guess we saw an uphill battle there moments ago. Didn't look too good. So what I'm trying to say is that SPX actually did look pretty good, even though he was playing against True Touch and struggled a little bit. So I would say that while Favorite did promote from Gosu League, it's nice to have this experience. He gets some BSL Pro League credit on his record. He's going to have to come back next season and see if he can make it a little bit farther. For our next match, as far as that's concerned, SPX versus Gosu Dark, I think that Gosu Dark is very, I guess, well known as the stereotypically aggressive player. Obviously, it's PvT, so to some extent, there's some volatility or moments of weakness, especially on Terran's side, depending on what the opener is. I think the map is going to be Sylphid, as I can see here on my screen. So I guess that's a pretty neutral map to start things off with.
Yeah, everybody loves this map. Pretty balanced map. I think actually Terran is a little favored on this map. But anything can happen. We saw some epic games yesterday, especially Mad versus Cryoc. Crazy game on that map.
That was insane. Yeah. But don't look, Nyoken. No cheating. Anyway, we're going to get into game number 1 of our final best of 3 of Group E to decide which player will advance out of Group E along with True Touch on to the round of 16 and which player will be eliminated. The map is Sylphid, so let's get into it. Game number 1 of our last best of 3. Our last group of best of 3 of Group E. We've got a whole nother group after this, so don't forget it. In the upper part of Sylphid, in the blue from South America, I almost said Korea, it's Gozu Dark.
In the red, representing Russia, he is SPX. So Sylphid, we saw 10-10-10 versus True Touch. 10-10-10 is being used more and more these days in all matchups, so we may see that
All
again.
matchups.
We saw Casper use, was it Casper? No, Koget used 10-10-10 versus Cheetek in the first day to good success, the hard FD push. You know, SPX was definitely watching that game, so we may see that come out here. Paying close attention to how many SCVs we end up building before the depot goes down. Gosu Dark, in the first game, 2-gate shuttle. That was really not the build that I was expecting to see Gosu Dark go for, so we may see something more up his style, like DTs, fast Citadel, maybe even a 2-base play, but this is just a normal opener from SPX, not a 10-10-10. And Gosu Dark going for probably just 1 gate.
Yeah, I would expect 1 gate. I mean, yeah, 2 gating versus Terran, you really got to be confident. The number of 2 gates I've seen against, anytime you turn on Artosis stream, you already know what you're going to see. It's Zealots inside the Terran base doing Zealot things. Probably not going to experience that on a catastrophic level in this game. And I like to see that SPX is maybe being respectful. Let's see what his opener is. I would imagine something safe like the factory expand we saw earlier, but no guarantees.
Yeah, we've got the 12 gas going up for SPX. Something very respectful that I see on the map already is Gosu Dark not scouting first.
Oh yeah, that's very nice of him.
Very nice of him.
Very polite.
Yes.
I would take Gosu Dark out to dinner after this sort of proposal.
But SPX, he doesn't care about politeness. He's gonna find it first.
Oh no.
Straight to the top.
It's like there's this in game theory. There's this game about like the prisoners, or like these guys commit a crime and they're being interrogated, and obviously their best case scenario is that neither of them rat out the other guy, because then they both go free. But actually, you can guarantee that, or you know, if you rat out the other guy and he doesn't rat you out, then you just win and he loses. In this way, Gosu Dark was like the nice guy. He didn't rat out his friend, but SPS is like, no, he did it. Let me out of here. He has no sense of ethics. The dirty Terran player, scouting first, getting that information. Of course, on the other side, a little bit of illicit probery going on from Gosu Dark, as he does, in fact, survive with his probe against all odds. There's going to be a Disney Channel original movie about the life of that probe. Inspiration to us all.
Now, SCV sticking around longer than it possibly should, because Dragoon is going to pop out very soon. There it is. And now the SCV is going to get caught. But I think this is actually okay versus someone like Gosu Dark. You definitely want to know whether he hid the third pylon or not. But the SCV saw it, so SPX should be feeling confident. There's no hidden DT tech, no hidden robo. Now it all comes down to what is the follow-up for Gosu Dark now that the SCV is gone. Is he going to put down second gate? Is it going to be a robo? Is it going to be 3 gate?
This was actually my favorite game so far, because it's, I think, the most standard initially. I actually want to see these guys really slug it.
Not standard. Citadel follow-up.
Okay, never mind. God damn, I was so hopeful, okay? Look. Hey, at least this is not going to be one of those 23-minute Zealot leg speed games.
Yeah, well, at least here's some justice for putting down that Citadel. Probe got stuck. That's your punishment.
That's for the Corsairs later.
Yeah, could be.
We got to kill the mass rays somehow.
So delayed DT is actually surprisingly strong, because Terran get to this point in the game, it's like, oh, there's no blur. The DT didn't come. So they feel like they can skip turrets, and then they blow a scan, and then, SCV comes in, no Nexus at 420. I always talk about this. If there's no Nexus at 420, there's something up. So I expect to see eBay. There it is, instant eBay. And this is exactly what he should be doing. Turrets, even if Gosu Dark had hit a Nexus somewhere, let's say that was the sneaky move. Building 2 turrets is not catastrophic for the Terran. So this is good move by SPX. Forge follow-up. This might be like a DT into, oh, he's gonna try and jump on that tank. He wants it so bad.
It's only 3 Dragoons. If that was 4, you definitely would have seen him try for that tank. Unfortunately, it's only 3, so no risk there. I love how you mentioned the possibility of hiding the Nexus somewhere else. It was just because G5's in the chat watching. But he's gonna still put the pressure on the bunker. This is a little. I mean, everything looks fine up until now. Nobody knows about this crafty citadel.
Yeah, we still don't know, but SPX suspects something, and he's right, because he's got his turret up. The turret is actually kind of back, and I'm a little bit worried it might be out of range of the bunker. So a DT goon bust onto the bunker would instantly kill it. But is that still enough to bust through? Wow, he's building 4 DTs. So I've only seen this a few times. Sometimes when I go gasless, I feel confident. It's like, yeah, I got a bunker. I got 1 tank. I got a 1 turret. But what they do is they just build more DTs, and then they just all in the bunker.
Yeah, they 3-shot it. Yeah.
They kill it so fast. Look, he comes in here. Wow, actually takes out the DT. That's great.
Yeah, but he's.
That's what I'm talking about. It's barely out of range. The bunker's trying to get.
Okay, he's targeting his own SCVs to try to splash damage the DT and take it out. That's pretty crafty.
That is pretty cute. He doesn't manage to take it out, but at least he got one of them. So it's only going to be 3 DTs coming in next. 2 more goons for Ghost to Dark. So he may try and get this turret. I feel like that's what Ghost to Dark wants to do.
Almost able to pick off that SCV. That bunker is, I don't know, one of the only things standing between Ghost to Dark and SPX. He's going to try to run below it. How is that SCV able to get so close to the turret without it being seen? Blows my mind.
Yeah, I don't know how that actually happened.
Also, somehow that's a tight wall between the barracks and the wall.
Well, Ghost to Dark learned from last game because he's got cannons up in his base. He is definitely not going to lose to vultures this time around. I thought that the forge rush was going to be for fast +1, but instead it's just defensive cannons. So it's a lot of resources wasted for Ghost to Dark. His DTs didn't do any damage. He's got this forge that isn't helping him. He's got cannons coming up that don't help him because there's no drops. Meanwhile, SPX, he's just playing pretty standard. I don't think I see an armory anywhere, so the starport is kind of a little fast.
Yeah, where's that armory? He's got second gas on the way, so you imagine that it's coming here pretty soon. I mean, starport is the really big thing. So even though he recognizes there's these scary DTs out there, I don't think SPX has any way of knowing like how all in this is.
No, he still doesn't know what's going on. The goons and the DTs sitting outside of the base means that he
Robo
can't
at the
scout
front.
at all.
Are we just crawling the Reaver over?
Yeah, interesting robotics placement. I don't know if this is just going to be for DT drop. Remember, he still has 3 DTs, so he should use them for something, or if they're just going to be content with sitting out on the map. Wow, Ghost to Dark is going to try and go for a bust, or maybe he's setting up like he's going to build 5 or 6 gates.
I was trying to figure this out. It looks like that is for the DTs, obviously for the DT drop. Obviously, can't build a support bay just yet. I was thinking like, okay, well, how do you break the front there? Reavers aren't great into siege tanks. DTs aren't great into turrets. So like, what combo of units are you looking for to try to break in there? You're either gonna have to drop in the back of the main or bust through the front, and neither one of those look like great options right now. Finally, the vultures get out. They are out here looking for any crazy. I love how he checks for proxy Nexi.
Yeah, when he sees that there's no third Nexus anywhere, he's going to be feeling fantastic.
Oh,
Protoss
yeah.
that did no damage with DTs.
He's checking around.
He's scanning to make sure that there's no like 8-gate going on, because what could Protoss be doing if they didn't go for triple Nexus? It's got to be something like 2-base Arbiter, right? Stargate is coming down for Ghost to Dark, so that is what we see. Second dropship. So this is going to be probably 2 tank, 4 vulture. It could be 4 tanks. But if you lose 4 tanks and don't deal monstrous damage, that gets Ghost to Dark back in the game simply because of how long it takes to build tanks and how costly they are.
Well, here we go. I'm trying to break out and take a third base here. This is late, I would say, but all things considered, I'm still not totally sure what the play is here for Ghost to Dark. He did go for that the DT opener. It didn't do almost anything, and oh, there it is, Arbiter Tribunal on the way as the follow-up.
Yeah, and third Nexus is going to be coming down for Ghost to Dark pretty soon. He's got +1 weapon coming in. Armory is pretty much just started for SPX, so his upgrades are mega delayed. He's really relying on more harassment base played. He's taking his third base, 3 drop ships?
Are we just
Is
doom dropping this?
Is
Like,
this TVT?
what is that? You're flying around. All of a sudden, a scout shows up, and you're like, "What is that?" No. I mean, Arbiter Tribunal is about to finish, and that is definitely the bane of Terran existence. If you want to go for the traditional style, obviously, if you stasis dropships as they're trying to fly into your main, that's probably one of the most horrific cursed images you could possibly imagine. We're loading up. Obviously, there's no arbiters or stasis or any of that out just yet. So what is this going to be? SCV?
And this is an anti-timing for
We're building turrets in the base?
He moved all of his goons out of position. Oh, and the observer is not going to see it either.
Oh, God. Wow. Okay. The 3 sneakiest dropships you've ever seen heading in to the Protoss main. Now, there's nothing in between T and P to see this.
Oh my gosh. If he focuses down the Stargate also, it's going to kill the Arbiter.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
Arbiter's so close to coming out here. If he's able to take it out, he's actually just focusing the Tribunal. So no stasis, no recall ever possible in this game.
Oh,
he is going to go for it. He's going to cancel the Arbiter.
Arbiter is going to fall here. The Stargate is going to get taken out. The Vultures are buying time with the Spider Mines. Oh my gosh. Wait, is he? Now the tanks refire onto the goons, and actually, he's going to hold this.
Are you serial? Are you for real?
Oh, no, he's not. What?
Hello?
He did no damage to those tanks and Vultures at all. Oh, the Stargate's so close to getting
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. If that Arbiter comes out, it's actually pretty big, but no, it's not going to come out in time. The Stargate falls. The Arbiter is canceled. This is StarCraft cancel culture at its finest. And that's it. GG. Well, actually, it's only 1G, but technically, the end of the game. Damn. SPX, the big brain, 3 dropship play. How do I? So wait, I can't even count that many dropships. It's so crazy. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. It's so sick. I haven't seen that in BSL before. Where's he getting these strats, Nyokin?
I haven't seen that ever before. 3 dropships versus Protoss? Never. And that was an amazing time. The Arbiter was, 10 seconds away?
Yeah, it was so close.
And Ghost to Dark was out in the center of the map. Doesn't get better.
Oof. Big oof. Oofs in the chat for that one. Wow, what a way to start this best of 3. And, it's the first game in the best of 3, so you've got to sort of reboot your brain after that. I mean, look, the opening of the game looked a lot like Ghost to Dark, right? Tons of Dark Templars lurking in the night. Uh-oh, there's a bunker.
Ghost to Dark's
That's the end.
Ghost to Dark's gonna have nightmares. Vultures killed him last game with drops. Now we have 3 dropships with tanks and Vultures in them, killing us again.
Yeah.
What's it gonna be this time? Are we gonna have a floated factory into our base with Vultures just killing everything? I don't know. This is weird. But now we've got another new map to BSL.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Sort of new map. It was in last season, Clay Fields.
We're going from Escalade to Clay Fields. I think this is the first time I'm seeing this in BSL so far. Yeah, I guess it was mostly in last season. So we're going right back to it. Clay Fields is a pretty cool map. You can see, thanks to Bonnet for our wonderful map points down there. It does have an easy to defend third base, but these high ground locations near the center of the map. Sorry, I thought there was more analysis about them. They're there. So thanks for that wonderful bullet point. It is actually really interesting because it makes it easy to defend your third base, and also if you take it against your opponent, very hard for them to move out at all. So really cool. Glad we're seeing it for the first time, and maybe the last time, as it's taken quite a while for it to come up here. So let's get into it. It's potentially the final game of this round. It's SPX 1-0 up over Ghost to Dark. Okay, here we go. In the upper left-hand corner in the brown, playing Protoss from South America, it's Ghost to Dark.
And in the bottom right, as the white, we've got the Russian Terran. It is SPX. So drops are just a killer for SPX these days. He's dealt so much damage with it, whether he kills probes or whether he kills buildings. It's just decimated Ghost to Dark. And I don't know really what Ghost to Dark should do, because his general strategy is to just be in your face. But when you're in Terran's face, it gives them the opportunity to counter drop you like that. He's just getting picked apart. So I think if Ghosted Dark wants to keep playing like that super aggro, we need to go really hard. I talked about the 4-gate speed Zealot in PvP. Like, I'm talking like we're just in their face.
We're in it to win it.
We're just all out on one base, something like that.
Now there's the other direction, which our friend G5 has pointed out. You just build Nexi. You just build so many of them that eventually you lose less than you make.
You can do that, but it's just Ghosted Dark doesn't do that. So I really think that if he wants to win versus SPX, like, we just got to all out, all in, or something like that. Now, SPX looks like he's going to go for a low ground. Nope. High ground racks. Not too sure if you can wall this completely because this is not a map that I ever get to play. But Ghosted Dark, he's just going standard so far. He's got standard gate gas timing. Oh, actually, this gas is pretty fast. It's a 10 gas for Ghosted Dark. So it looks like he's going to be building up quite a lot of gas here.
That looks like 12 gas to me. Am I wrong?
For Ghosted Dark?
Oh, no. Yeah, I was watching the Terran player build his gas on 12. I was like, no, that's clearly 12. Yeah, it's 10 for Ghosted Dark.
Well, here we go. 12 gas for SPX. Probe comes in. We already saw the Nightmare drone. Is this probe going to get an SCV kill? Oh, luckily for SPX, it bounces back to the bottom side.
Oh, we're not done yet. We're going for it.
Of course.
He knows.
We know.
He's
not done.
You can't.
So dangerous.
Look, the probe knows no fear. It gets his health back for free. Shields. But whatever. Imagine having to spend money to heal your units. What's up with that?
Imagine. I can't. I hate that.
Okay,
Here comes the first Zealot.
Yeah, the first of many. Well, let's see. He's not skipping for sure, but let's see how deep he can make it in.
Ghosted Dark is mining gas, but he's decided that he's not going to go for the cybernetics. He's got enough money for a Nexus. So actually, this is a weird opener. The Zealot is going to try and put on a lot of pressure and keep Terran back so that he can get this Nexus up. Meanwhile, he still has a lot of gas. Like I said, he's already at 100, but the cybernetics just started. I don't know what the actual game plan is with this much gas.
Yeah, well, also getting it that quickly, right? Like, it's not economical to just mine tons of gas that you're not going to use. Zealot in. Can he target down this SCV? Very bad RNG, and it actually does go down. He actually might be able to get a second SCV, but it actually does path away. Hides within. He's actually the other SCV is very low as well. He could dive back in and get a third SCV kill. Mission impossible here for this Tom Cruise Zealot, which is, maybe not too far away from the real Tom Cruise, who we're absolutely sure has side blades for arms.
Knew it. I said we might float a factory. Top right, we've got hidden starport. No reason to not go for it again.
It's a hidden factory.
It's a hidden factory, actually. I thought this was a starport. So second factory up top. And this actually, I don't think is going to work out for SPX because Ghosted Dark is going to go into 2-gate pretty quickly after his Nexus follow-up. He's going to have range in time before the Vultures actually come into play. Add-on going down, this, I think, is one tank rallied Vultures with mines, an FD, except it's not an FD. There's actually 2 factories this time. Second Zealot coming across, and 4 Marines should be able to burst it pretty quickly.
Well, let's see. Oh,
if they find it.
No, he did not see it. I don't think so. He's going to see this one, obviously, and aim. Well, I guess it's not aim. Never mind. Bumps into him, smacks him a little, walks on back. So the Marines are rallied and the Zealots rallied. So let's see which one works better.
Well, it's actually only Vultures. There's no tank. So we're going to have goons with range. He's already going to have 3 goons too, and his range is halfway done. So this actually feels like kind of suicide for SPX.
Yeah,
his Marines did turn around. I think that's the smartest move he's made. Zealot's getting so many kills again.
Waiting on it. Well, one of those SCVs is already pretty low, so it's a little bit disingenuous. Oh, he's going to try to target it down. I love it. The sheer willpower of those SCVs.
How do you get in here, though?
Fill it out.
We have one tank just now coming.
I was going to say if it was like 2 tanks or something, then maybe you muscle your way in, but I think it's just 1, right?
It's just 1. It doesn't have siege. It only has mines that just started. There's a robotics coming in. We have 5 goons already with 2 more coming, so there's going to be 7. Plus, the robotics is almost done. So we're going to have observers. And this is a 2-fact. There's no command center follow-up. Also, the Zealot got in and saw there's no command center.
I mean, I mean, it's a cool strategy, right? You hide it, you show up with way more units than you're supposed to. Haha, surprise! Except that, I mean, Ghostly Dark's pretty well defended by now. Now, one key way to hold this is by seeing it ahead of time. But there's just absolutely no information that this much is coming.
Now, I like what Ghostly Dark is doing because it really does look like a drop. It isn't, so actually he needs to move all of his Dragoons to the front, but I do like the fact that he has his goons spread out like this, making sure that there's no Vulture drop that's going to kill his whole mineral line again. And even though he's let SPX move into this position, because there's only one tank, I'm still okay with this. Oh, now here comes Ghostly Dark. I guess he's decided that there's no drop now. He moves everything out. There's 9 goons here already.
There's no siege mode yet, so that's definitely something that Ghostly Dark has to consider. He's just...
There's 1 tank versus 9 goons.
Why are we building the... Oh, I guess that's just where the SCV was. He needs to build an eBay, so he's building it at the top of the ramp.
Oh, here we go. The Observer has come in, and now he's decided that it's time to go. It's 2 tanks, 4 Marines, 2 Vultures.
Siege mode seconds away from finishing. It's so close, and he gets it in time. So here we go. Firing on the Dragoons on the low ground, massive splash damage, but all the tanks being cleared out here. One more mine does kill off a Dragoon, but everything else is going to get cleaned up, and actually, Ghostly Dark holds it beautifully.
Yeah, he loses a lot of goons, but it doesn't matter. All he had to do was hold, and now SPX has really nothing. He's got 1 tank, he's got a factory that's proxied across the map, he's got an eBay that doesn't help him at all. He spent a lot of resources on a bunker that didn't help him either.
We might be even in the series up.
And now SPX is going to go into Speed Vultures because he knows he's got to do something. I like the cannons from Ghostly Dark. Make sure that doesn't happen again this time.
At least he's learning a little bit. Anyway, I mean, I'm not sure where that tank is going. Are we really kind of coalescing for another push here? I don't know about this.
I think that SPX does have to do something, so I don't mind him continuously trying to go, but there's no way it's going to work. He's just going to lose these units here. Maybe Ghostly Dark runs into a mine, like that one right there.
Oh, targeting, very well done.
Hit.
Gets the tank at the top still. Yeah, the mines are getting damage done. Another one pops up, goes down. There is an Observer here for Ghostly Dark, so we will see that. And that's it. SPX just gets out. He loses too much off of 2 pushes. And that is going to tie our series up at 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1. Ghostly Dark looked much better this time, and he went for more macro play this time, and it ended up working out for him. So maybe that's the key, just play more macro. SPX really wants to make stuff happen. We've seen drops twice, and now an aggressive 2-fact. So maybe Ghostly Dark just go back into passive play. That seems to be recipe for success for him.
Yeah, actually, I did like it when the games were a little bit more passive. I feel like that decision to proxy a factory, it's a cool push because you do have that high ground, but Ghostly Dark was just more than well prepared. His macro was really kicking in. And that was clay fields. We don't really see that map chosen all that often. So that means that, so we did Escalade, we did clay fields. What's next? Monte Cristo? I don't know. Where are we going? I'm excited. Whiteout. Okay. Well, obviously this is maybe not a map Terrans are super happy to play against. There's that dark, scary woods in the middle. Let's see what our map points are for this one. I haven't taken a look at this yet. The open nature of the second expansion may encourage assaults. Very well said. Fog of War Forest. Yeah, obviously that's the biggest weirdness going on there. And yeah, high ground near naturals. Oh, I totally forgot about that. But anyway, what do you think about this, considering the way both games have gone?
I actually like Ghostly Dark here a little bit because it's hard to play around the trees, and you know Ghostly Dark is aggressive, but if you play passive and you use the trees to your advantage with goon range, I think that he can easily clean up any timing attacks that SPX goes for, or drops potentially. So I'm liking Ghostly Dark here, and this map is very open to like recall and stuff like that. It's hard to set up defense everywhere, so I do like Ghostly Dark a little bit.
Yeah, I think Ghostly Dark, after especially getting that momentum under his, behind him, wherever the momentum is, it's there. And SPX might be a little bit upset about the way that play worked when he went for it. So Let's see how it pans out as we get into the final game in Group E to decide which player will advance on out to the round of 16. It's SPX versus Gosu Dark. All right, here we are on the upper right-hand corner in the teal playing Protoss from South America. It's Gosu Dark.
And mid-left, we've got the orange Terran. It is SPX. So I think SPX has been aggro 3 times now, and now he finally got caught doing it, and it looked like Gosu Dark kind of had a good read, especially with the cannons. And I think SPX saw the cannons twice now that Gosu Dark is respecting the drop potential. So if SPX wants to win this game, I think we got to get away from the harassment-based play. Just play standard. Building a forge and 2 cannons early, that's 450 resources. That's a nexus. So you're preventing Protoss from going double expand just because of the way the first 3 games have gone. So that's great. I would like to see 2-1 this time from SPX.
I want to see more of this 3 dropship shenaniganry. That's the ticket. But you're right. I think just by showing that that's possible, you're going to elicit a response from your opponent. So I'm excited. I think SPX, if he maybe slows it down like you were saying, that could be the answer. For Gosu Dark, I haven't seen anything like just super down and dirty. Where's my gates in the middle of the map? You know, just the biggest, I don't know, WTF plays we've seen. But I think his version is starts out a little bit more standardly and then goes into something more dastardly.
Dastardly, that's a good word for Gosu Dark.
Dastardly is the word that you use to describe Horace and Jasper in 101 Dalmatians. Dastardly is like, I don't know, it's such an archaic word for such a poignant concept. Here we go. Scouts passing each other. Aha, a Terran base. What do you know? He scouted him first again. How does he do it?
I don't know how he does it, but it's just always happens. And we've got 12 gas for SPX, another standard follow-up or another standard opener from Gosu Dark. This time with a Zealot again, and the building placement for SPX is great. Marines can fit through the depot, and I also think through the corner of the command center, but Zealots can also fit through the corner of the command center in the racks too. I'm pretty sure 2 Zealots, okay. May even be 3 because I don't see the cybernetics for Gosu Dark either. Now, remember last time he got early gas and delayed the cybernetics, so this could be another fast nexus. No, there's cybernetics this time. He's got 120 gas already. Again, we didn't really see him use all that gas either. He didn't need that for just the 2-gate goon that he ended up going for. So I don't know, is there going to be a variation this time? What is this?
Yeah, it feels like he gets it just as part of the build, but it doesn't fit in the build as far as like being used immediately. Gosu Dark's up to like 300 gas. He's going to build a gas nexus with that gas. I don't know where that's going, but it's certainly not there yet. What are we building here?
This looks like proxy robo.
What could that pylon be for? And yes, it is going to be a proxy robo coming down in 3, 2, 1.
We're a little early.
Oh yeah, okay, look, okay, I never learned how to count before. I don't know how many numbers there are after 1. Turns out there's a lot of them. Yeah, where is that? I thought he had so much gas for this moment, but it looks like he's just 8 short, and
he's gonna have the minerals now too.
How dare you require 2 resources for 1 building? Where's my Age of Empires? I just want to build it with wood.
There you go, proxy robotics. So this is gonna be, he's doing an FD, and the goons, oh man, I'm really worried for SPX because more than likely, 3 zealots. Wow, and they have the advantage, the arc advantage. Oh, wow,
gotta move those Marines. A lot of hits on those Marines. Only 3 escape. They don't even soften the zealots up very much. I mean, especially if you're gonna do an FD, you kind of need to have the Marines with it to stop the Dragoons, but this is just Marine on Zealot, and they're running in to the dark woods. They've got to fan out. Only the slowest or only the fastest Marine survives.
Wow.
No way he gets that last hit off. The SCV. gets the killing blow. Oh my god, what a monster. And this is just setting up for what is going to be the most devastating proxy robo you've ever seen.
Yeah, but the SCV does come in and see, again, no Nexus, but he doesn't know what the tech is. He didn't see if there's a Citadel on the main or robotics. Of course, we know there's nothing there, but at least there's no second gate, so that should kind of eliminate the possibility for Dark Templar, because if it was DT, there would definitely be a Nexus at the same time. But these Vultures, we saw it yesterday with Casper. He built so many Vultures and then turrets, and somehow the Vultures ended up fending off a Reaver. But Whiteout has a much bigger main. I don't know if actually Vultures can only defend versus a Reaver.
Well, with speed, this
Oh, no.
Vulture is actually going to catch the Dragoon, except, aha, surprise, the Dark Woods. They obscure the path.
No.
Oh no, he's not going to be able to target it down. The mine goes off, and it actually does so much damage to that Dragoon. I mean, there's only Marines there, so the Dragoons don't care about that yet, but that's still very, very weak and scary. And here comes Mr. Reaver, about 25% done.
Yeah, all the mines have been used at the front side of the base, so actually there's nothing in the main. This could be a quick game 2 win for Ghost of Dark. There's no starport, there's just 3 Vultures, a command center. Siege mode is coming in, but there's no tanks. Reaver is halfway done. We've already got a goon loaded up, and Vultures are across the map, so they can't even help defend.
How do we stop the space caterpillar of the future?
I see a turret being built, but where is it? At the Nat? Probably. That doesn't help us.
No. It turns out that if you fly around the turret, it doesn't deal damage.
We have nothing. Turret's not done. Vultures don't have mines set up in time.
There is a mine. There's a couple of them. Oh, if he drops on top of that, that would be tragic. I think he's just going to drop right out there. No, my God! The mine does go off. It hits the Reaver. It's very, very damaged. And now, actually, the turret is finished. It is in range. The Reaver's down. It's firing a couple of Scarabs. It's going to try to take out that turret to give the shuttle a little bit more of a vantage point. But a little bit of a scary start to this push. Last pot shot on. That Dragoon takes it out. The mine is not able to fully kill the Reaver. Still there, but hey, at least the jig is up.
Yeah, but SPX has siege mode, and there's still no Nexus for Ghost of Dark. If he sieges next to the turret, I think Ghost of Dark is going to unload and just try and kill these deep. Oh, he's going to lose his Reaver.
He doesn't know the other depots so that it splashes onto both.
Oh, it's barely out of range. How's it out of range?
No, he's going to have to unsiege and re-siege there. He's maybe going to get the depot. I don't think he can even go for it. It's a one-shot on the Reaver, so... Oh my God, this is not looking good for Ghost of Dark, who did a very aggressive build, but it's not paying off.
It did no damage. He's down workers. He's down a command center or down a second base. There's a 2-gate follow-up, so that delays the Nexus even more. He has the Reaver. For map control, he's building a second Reaver, but not able to get anything done. Ghost of Dark really needs to either double expand or go into fast arbiters or go carriers or something, because SPX... that was a really good hold. One Vulture held a Reaver drop, basically. Here come Goons, though.
Well, look, now we've got twice as many Reavers, so there's twice as successful, right?
If he drops right there, there's so much for Ghost of Dark right now, and there's really nothing for Terran.
Oh, he's going to try to run forward. He's going to try to snipe the tanks, but the SCV wall pushes the Dragoons just barely out of range, and he can't get the shots off on the tank. There's vision on the high ground, so he can't range it that way. He's going to try to target down this tank with a couple of Scarabs, but he gets half damage from running backwards because science.
Everything is going wrong for Ghost of Dark.
Yeah.
He should have unloaded the Reavers on top of the tanks, and then they instantly would have popped. They were all clumped up. Instead, SPX able to hold. He got off a huge mine hit to save his net. He's still not out of it because he's now taking his Nexus for himself, but he's still down workers. He has no tech at all. It's not like he even has Reaver speed or anything like that. He at least still has both Reavers still alive.
Okay, we're going to try to... I thought he was going to drop on those tanks, but you're right. They're still alive, which means the game's not totally over just yet. There's still no Expo. Okay, no, he did just now throw down his Expo. Wow, beautiful shot there. He actually sat... I thought he was going to sack a Reaver, but he just tanked it on the other one. Kills off a tank. That's going to give him a vantage point here in the base to take out another depot. Probably. Oh, come on. Okay, he is actually going to land another 2 Scarabs on that tank. 3 HP left on that. He can actually finish taking down the depot if he wants. More siege tanks sieging up a nice spread. Actually might free up The Dragoons just run in the front door. They snipe the tank on the high ground, and now they're gonna get the one on the low ground. The natural is breached. It's in shambles. There's nothing there to defend it.
Yeah, Goons are gonna bust through the net. All these tanks are way out of position. The Reavers can also share any of the tanks coming down.
Big explosion. Scare him up.
Oh, he gets a few SCVs, and he's gonna get these tanks. There's 2 Reavers, remember?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. There's too many tanks.
Oh, he's trying to go up for it. He's trying to tank the shots on the Dragoons on the low ground, drop the Reaver on the high ground to get the rest of the splash. But he's fighting a literally uphill battle. Oh, some big scarab shots, but he loses one of the Reavers. One of the tanks survives on just a couple of HP. The siege mode finishes. Oh my God, it's just so much action happening, and it's all going to decide whether this game is over or not. Oh, the Reaver goes down. He loses it to the tank shot. He kills off the tank, but there's another Reaver in production.
Yeah, but Ghostly Dark is really spending all of his multitask doing this because he's cut a lot of probes. Now he's finally catching up 34 to 31, but SPX is in big trouble. He doesn't know what Ghostly Dark is going for. Behind this, Ghostly Dark could have double expanded. Luckily for him, he didn't. There is a second gate. But there's a 4-fact follow-up, so SPX wants to put on some counter pressure. But I don't think that can really work. The damage that this Reaver and Goon combination has done is so much. Look at the worker count. It's 38 to 31 now.
Yeah, I mean, that beyond anything else kind of tells the story here. I mean, Ghostly Dark does have quite a big bank, but he's going to be emptying that almost immediately. He's getting shuttle speed now, so, you know, look, if you don't succeed, we'll just do it faster next time, and maybe it'll work out. Reaver is, of course, about to pop out. He's got one Reaver out. He's looking for a second one.
Here comes some turrets to try and shut down this harassment, but they're not up in time. Reaver's going to kill this turret, kill this SCV. It's going to continue to be annoying. Now, finally, we see Reaver speed coming in. So this is going to... Oh, now he gets the sweet...
The bonus zone. Yeah, that's it. 4 depots for the price of 1. Now, here comes... mine next to the Reaver. This is so scary. There's like 5 SCVs clumped up around that one supply depot.
We've got a second Reaver coming out. 2 tanks, 3 tanks gonna defend this Goon push. Still only 2 bases. Oh, actually, is that a Nexus at top left by the robotics?
No way. It is. I love it. Like, well, I've got the rest of my buildings here. Might as well just make it mine.
So 3 Nexus now for Ghostly Dark. He's up 15 supply. Liking his position quite a bit. Still, SPX is caught in his main, but he is building up that tank count. It's like 7 or 8 now.
That's pretty scary.
That is very scary when there's only 3 to 4 gateways for the Protoss army. There's still no armory. I don't see any upgrades coming in. There's also no citadel. So Ghostly Dark, if the tank count gets up to like 13, it's gonna be really hard to stop with pure Goon. The Reaver control has not been the greatest so far, so I am worried about an incoming push, especially if he pushes top left, because that's where the tech is.
Oh yeah. I mean, that would not be good. So finally pushing out of his base, SPX did take a lot of damage from having his natural breach, but now it's time to dish that damage right back. He's rebuilt it. He's built a bunch of factories, and
there's action happening in the center of the map, so he doesn't notice the vulture. Oh, the Reaver! Oh,
one of them does.
Good control there.
I thought it was going down. He actually does get one of the Reavers. He's looking for another shot. The front tanks pop. He picks up the Reaver again. He's sniping all the mines on his way. He drops the Reaver right in between the tanks. The tanks are getting picked up. Ghostly Dark is doing it.
Yeah, but Vulture 7 kills 8. He's gonna wipe out the whole probe. Like Ghostly Dark still doesn't realize the Goons are just rallied to the net, but they're not in range.
AFK Dragoons!
Oh my gosh, this one Vulture actually saving the game for SPX. He's now up in workers. There's only, 6 Goons left. 2 tanks come out to save the day. So both players are just going to trade their armies.
Damn. Okay, wow, that was intense.
Oh, he's going for it.
Yeah, he is actually going for it. He's gonna doom drop on the high ground, gets the Reaver off. He might get one more shot off. No, he doesn't. And now it's Dragoons firing uphill. There's a lot of mischance happening right here. He's gonna try to dive into it. There are mines up here, so he can't follow deeper into the base. He's gonna try to sack one Dragoon. He tanks a couple of mines with it. There's still 3 Dragoons on the high ground and the low ground. Another mine pops out. It pops both Dragoons on the ramp. There's 4 more in the natural, but there's no tank on the high ground.
4 Goons left over for Protoss, and now Terran's gonna hold the net. Look at the supply. It's 55 or 65 to 51. Worker count is basically even.
This game is crazy.
This is crazy. Luckily for Ghost of Dark, top left hasn't gotten scouted still, so that's up and running. He doesn't have any more Reavers though. It is now finally coming out. Citadel is finally up too. I think SPX took a little bit too much damage, so the probes can regenerate so much faster for Ghost of Dark as opposed to Terran's SCVs. 2 Vultures even going to get caught too.
I guess this is technically a 3-base Protoss. You know, it's kind of weird to look at it that way, but that upper left is up and running. He's mining from it, and I mean, it's like saturated. Like, wow. And he's rebuilding all of his Reavers. They're so close to the Terran main. It's running Vultures down around the bottom of the map, trying to see what's going on there. Got another contingent of 4, and if those Dragoons are still AFK, he's going to kill another 12 workers.
It is pure goon man. And these goons have not had success all day long versus mines. I'm so worried about these mines that just got set up in the forest. Oh, I see a line of goons going to the left side.
What could possibly go wrong, right?
Oh, he just ate some of them.
Delicious. Hey, look, what are we at? We're at 16-minute Zealot leg upgrade.
Yeah. 15-minute Zealot upgrade.
You've been making Zealot legs too early your entire life now.
Apparently I have. More Reavers coming out for Ghost of Dark. He doesn't need any Zealots. It's still just Goon Man and Reaver Man. There's no mines here somehow. But on the way back, if he follows them down through the bottom, okay. He tried to debate him in there. But Ghost of Dark's just in a fantastic position. Up 20 supply. Is SPX trying to move out again? Looks like he's got to be moving out to just take a third.
I mean, he's got like 6 racks or 6 factories, right? Can't stay on that for too long. Oh, mine's being laid near the tanks. That's a little dangerous. The tanks do siege, take out the Dragoons, and Ghost of Dark's gonna have to think a little bit.
Do we still not have an armory for SPX? What is his upgrades? It just now started.
Turret.
Yeah, he can. This is power. Oh, he's gonna run into mines. Oh, the juicy depot drop.
Yeah, he's actually going to be able to target down. So a Scarab hits 4 depots at once. Actually, oh my God. Okay, thankfully it doesn't get the juiciest shot there on the workers, but he's going to kill 6 depots here if he wants. Wait, what?
Reaver goes down
where's
so
the tank?
easily.
Oh, I guess it's way down there. Never mind.
Reaver is not getting off the juiciest shots, so actually not the best drop.
Oh, there
now
it
he's
is.
now finally hitting those juicy depots, but the Reaver's going to fall pretty soon. He's probably going to walk into this mine if he tries to engage that tank. How's that out of range?
I want to see him come back and say, oh, it's the invisible Reaver. Wait, it shouldn't fire. If it fires, it's going to tank the tank shots. One more shot. He gets the Scarab off. To no avail, but still, that's a lot to invest in that. 2 Reavers and a shuttle that could be elsewhere out on the map. He gets a few depots, but that's just minerals.
He built another shuttle, another Reaver coming in. Armory stayed alive, but still, oh, now we do have +1. We do have a 3rd command center for SPX, so he is going to secure this base. Remember I was talking about what True Touch should have done versus SPX is take bases on Terran's side of the map. Terran wants to expand to top left. He's going to find that this base is already taken. Oh, he's going to hate that. That base is going to be mined out completely by the time he can ever do anything about it.
Yeah, dastardly Protoss stealing minerals once again, ravaging the beauty of our native land. Well, he's trying to push across that bridge. Not going to happen. So he retreats back into the dark wood, and he's going to have to come at it again from another angle. 3-base Protoss, so I mean, you're feeling probably okay right now. Might want to start thinking about the next phase of the game, but it's hard to do that because this game has been moving a mile a minute all game long.
We still have a really low probe count for Ghost of Dark, despite having 3 bases. He's at 46. We have a low count for SPX too, but it kind of makes sense since he just got his 3rd base, and this is going to be Carriers Rapid. We've got 4 Stargates coming in, +1 weapon coming in.
I mean, it's all here. And I think this is a great time to transition because I think that SPX is too concerned with taking and securing this 3rd base and not necessarily with pushing across the map to deal a killing blow.
I don't know. That is a lot of tanks, though. So many tanks.
It actually is crazy amounts of tanks.
The carriers are going to be very strong versus SPX's build since his +1 is so late. His +2 is ridiculously late. And carriers really don't care about +1 weapon. We saw Casper win with +1 weapon yesterday. But +2 is the big power spike for Terran, and he's not going to have that forever. He's just now getting his science facility. +1 is about halfway done. So it's like a 4 or 5 minute moment of opportunity for Ghost of Dark to do something with these carriers. But actually, as I say that, since the fleet beacon is still building, carriers take so long to build, interceptors take so long to build. By the time he actually has any amount of carriers that can actually deal any damage, it might be a little bit too late.
I'm waiting on it. I mean, I don't know if SPX is going to wait on it, but he's actually man-arding probes down there. Where are those things going? Oh, yeah. They do arrive just in time. The defense is there to stop the vultures from... The defense is there. Okay, there we are. Coming back. To stop the vultures from running in and wreaking mayhem again. I like that Well, it's good for Ghost of Dark that SPX is just getting out there with vultures to kind of test the waters. If he was really, really going for it, obviously this is not the time that Ghost of Dark wants to be holding off big pushes while he's trying to switch into carriers.
Ghost of Dark is low on cast, so he's able to support 3 Stargate, but not all 4 of them just yet. SPX, now that he's got control of his third base and top left is never getting killed, he should try to take bottom left. Oh, Reaver into the natural
Whoa, what are we doing there? That is
forces an SCV pull. That's great.
Yeah, but here we are. We're finally pushing out in the middle of the map. Dragoon's a little bit unsupported, still trying to get damage with the Reaver in the main base, but he's having to pull all the way back to his fort.
There's no ground army. That's a huge Reaver shot, though. Hit 4 tanks.
Oh my god. Yeah, so these tanks are very, very low. I mean, I guess he can repair them later on, but this is still just taking the attention of SPX off of his main army.
Here comes that push, and there's so many tanks, but there's no Goliath, and I don't see any Goliaths in production. So I think this was just a blind push. He didn't actually scan the carriers just yet, because if he did, we need Goliaths right now. We need range. We need +2, which he does have coming, but he's about to lose all of his tanks if he doesn't go in and kill this third and back up.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually super rare that you see Terrans go out this far, but without the ability to, deal with this super surprise tech switch, because he hasn't even scanned the main. I don't think so. If he has, then I guess maybe I just missed it. But either way, God, this is so tense. If he's able to pull this off, get the 4 carriers out with enough interceptors to wipe this Terran army, once again, Ghost of Dark is going to be in a crazy good position.
We've got like 10 Reavers this game, and there's just Reavers nonstop in the main and the natural. Finally, we're going to bust down this third base, but the carriers are so close to having enough interceptors to push them back. SPX, he has so many tanks, he's got to go. Finally, he's going to be in range. He's going to bust this down. He's going to be skeptical, like, where's your army? Why is it so small?
Yeah, what is there to defend his base? He's just going to sack the base? I mean, I guess he knows about the hidden base up top, but at the same time, I mean, oh man, this is just rough. Yeah, he goes and checks the other base. He's like, is he defending that location instead? No, there's just nothing there. It's all in the carriers, and warriors are the Goliaths. There's no mobile anti-air.
There are no Goliaths, and I think there's also only 5 factories. So that's really not enough.
Yeah, you need to be pumping out like 6, 7, 8 Goliaths at a time in order to catch up here. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Oh, man. Devastation. Instant unsiege. What are you doing? There's still no Goliaths.
Still no Goliaths in production. He's getting range, but he needs actual anti-air.
It's like, congratulations, that unit you don't have will be able to attack even farther. So, yeah, carriers reigning supreme, wrecking havoc out there on the map. He's got 4 with about 4 more ready to pop. That's 8 new addition. He's got the carrier interceptor upgrade and even more interceptors coming in by the second.
Ghost of Dark's done it because he's about to have 8 carriers versus only 5 Goliaths. Actually, 6. 10 carriers. Oh, no. 8 carriers for Ghost of Dark. The 2 tanks at the top get picked off. And now there's still a sizable ground army for Ghost of Dark. He's got to balance his Goliath tank count. Look how big the ground army is. There's a lot of zealots there. Oh, man.
Whoa, okay. Can't do that. There's still almost no carriers. I don't understand why he doesn't just go to the big army in the middle. I mean, there's still no anti-air. He's got like 4 or 5 turrets. That's it.
Yeah, and SPX really doesn't have the huge gas bank that he needs to keep up with the carriers. He only has 5 factory. He's got a 4th base coming up, but it's not saturated just yet. Still not critical mass Goliaths versus carriers. For me, the number is 3 to 4 Goliaths per carrier. Since there's 8 in a second, he needs at least 25 Goliaths. That is not 25. That is like 12.
Yeah, not anywhere near enough. And while it does take quite a while for these interceptors to build up, he's got them built up on most of his carriers. He's just going to target down the command center. He can do that with pretty much impunity. Maybe a mass repair to save it. That's a lot of interceptors. The Goliath's finally starting to come out in significant numbers, but I mean, once these next 2 carriers show up, it's just more and more carriers makes it scarier and scarier.
It does. And luckily for SPX, Ghostly Dark didn't focus down those tanks. He just used his supply to focus down the command center that ended up not going down.
Where's
You gotta be
these zealots
careful.
going?
Do not lose your Goliath, otherwise you're gonna have nothing to deal with the carriers. These are isolated Goliaths. There's like no support for them.
But he's
either.
flying the carriers right into the Goliaths. Oh my god! The carriers are on move command. No! What are you doing, Ghostly Dark? He had it. The surprise carriers were doing work, and now he loses 3 for free.
What just happened?
4 for free. Wait, what?
He's down to 2 carriers now, and Terran has +2 weapon, the strongest power spike that he was waiting for. He's got 4 bases. Supply is basically even now. He's got 7 factories, I think.
Movie?
We gotta go.
I don't know.
SPX, we gotta go.
It's time.
He
will never get a chance better than right now. His opponent went for a big tech switch and whiffed it. Oh my gosh. This is, it's rare that you see quite a big swing and a miss there. He swings with the carrier bat, and the ball just swings right by.
Are all the Goliaths dead? I think all of the Goliaths
so he
are
did
dead right
lose
now.
all of his Goliaths there.
Yeah, but so what?
Which way is up?
There's 2 carriers.
Does he really? Oh, no, he's got rear carriers.
SPX, don't go to the left side. Okay, thank you. Come back to the 3rd base. The top left is basically mined out. Go kill this base. Build some Goliaths and go kill the 3rd. Once that's gone, we're mined out for Ghostly Dark. There's no other base.
Does he have interceptors on these carriers? He's got like 4 interceptors. I mean, I guess the Goliath count is actually shockingly minimal.
Yeah, it's like 2. He's focusing down the carrier.
Oh my god, oh my god,
He
he's
got
gonna lose another carrier. What? Mein Gott im Himmel. What is happening? It's 1 carrier versus 2 Goliaths. The epic battle you never knew you wanted to watch. Coming to Netflix this fall. Oh my, congratulations. The 1 carrier beats the 1 Goliath, Nyoken. I laughed, I cried, 2 thumbs way up.
I think the replay is broken because he has 6 carriers just sitting there waiting. There's no way this is actually happening.
Did he forget about the...
There's no way he forgot about 6 carriers, right?
I think the replay might be broken. Yeah, the minerals aren't going down anymore. Look, he tapped out. All right, congratulations. I didn't know what was happening in that game. There were carriers that were invisible off to the side. Wait, does that mean that when we saw the carriers fly into the Goliaths, it actually wasn't happening?
I guess
How
not.
bugged was this replay?
That was so broken.
The game is good. Good when you can't tell at what point the replay was bugged.
Yeah, let's load it up and see what actually
Okay, we're gonna go back into that game and see exactly what it looked like because we want to give you guys the real hard-hitting facts here. What even? I've just never seen such a shocking moment in my life.
Crazy.
Okay, so
just skip to the end.
We've got our top men on the job. We've got our production intern Zero behind the scenes, manning the camera, and he is going to take us back to that exciting conclusion, the one moment you're all waiting for, to see what the heck
This is the
happened.
reaver drop.
Okay, so yeah, he's still reavering. We haven't like gone super.
We need to go like 3 more minutes.
Yeah. We need to fast forward a little bit.
Okay, here times 4.
Okay, so we're moving forward. We still haven't. Okay, yeah. This is it. We're revealing the carriers. Aha. Oh no, egads, carriers. Whatever shall I do?
Okay, he picks off these, and this is the moment where he's about to sync up with his other carriers. He's got 8. And then he move commanded into some Goliaths.
If that still happens, like, okay, here we go. No, never mind. I'm getting my hopes up. So okay,
here we
got
go.
all the carriers. Not really doing a whole lot with them. He's coming down.
Attack the Nat. Or the 3rd.
Yeah.
Doesn't get it.
Yeah, he tries. Can't do it.
I secretly hope that this actually did happen. Like, we actually just got trolled by Ghostly Dark.
I mean, well, I also just want to see if those carriers back above his starports were real. I mean, it can't be, right? He's not just going to forget about 4 carriers. Okay, so there's no carriers over there. When does he wander into the dark wood with all those carriers into the Goliaths? We've only got 2 minutes left on this game.
It looks like it just flat out never happened.
Are you kidding?
Okay, here we go. SPX is finally gonna attack, or Ghost of Dark's gonna.
So he actually has a million carriers in this fight.
He has like 10 carriers.
Okay, yeah, this is an insane number of carriers.
It's max versus 150. SPX still has +2. SPX just, oh god, he's not siege. Okay, so this was a disaster.
Okay, so he just kills everything.
Yeah, easily.
Wait,
Ghost of Dark's
so in reality, we witnessed like the exact opposite of what happened.
Yes.
So in the first time we watched this game, the carriers run in and they all die for free. But it was just a clever ruse. We baited our audience so hard there. So instead of the carriers all running in and dying and the game being over, the carriers in reality killed everything and didn't die at all.
Yeah. I was shocked at what we were watching. Oh man.
Gotcha. Surprise. You know, that's one of the beautiful things about our game, Brood.
Oh my gosh. They really need to fix that. Like, how can replays be bugged? It doesn't even make sense. They're supposed to just record what actually happened. What are they recording? Okay. Anyways, Ghost of Dark makes it out in second.
Anyway, guys, in the future, each game of Brood War is going to be like a choose your own adventure. We're going to get to a point in time, and then we're going to show one outcome of the game, and then we're going to ask our audience, is it real or is it fake? Are we trolling you